Hey, what's up, everyone? Get to the charts here. I hope everyone's doing good. Everyone's doing good. Yeah, you can definitely hear that I'm still recovering from the Formula One. As I said, do the crime, do the time, eh? I was literally so sick. Drank too much to start this. Bum, 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 bum. Get my yeah, guys, welcome. So today we're going to be running through gold, but obviously before I jump into that, so obviously want to go through it's good to be alive, firstly, and you know after after the Formula One. So I was there. I arrived actually on the Thursday, and then ended up coming back on Sunday night. And it was funny because like I wasn't supposed to go. I genuinely didn't have it in me to go. And then what ended up happening was one of my mates' birthdays. He's like, "Oh, bro, you have to come." And he was going there on the Thursday, but it only basically started on the Friday, like the warm ups and stuff. And then we ended up staying there till Sunday night. And there was another big party happening on the Sunday, and I was just like, nah, can't do it. Absolutely not. Don't have it in me. So we're back alive, back at chilling. I'm glad because we managed to actually like lock in for the managed to lock in for the Monday, which was good. So just gonna let a little bit of people come online. Drop the link there. Right, let's check our charts. Obviously, always like to start at a blank canvas here. Alright, so basically, I wanted to have a look at gold as well. I generally like trading gold live. We're currently in a position at the moment. If some of you are here from my Telegram channel, you know that we're in a USD chef position. USD CHF, if that's how you said properly. But yeah, currently one of those positions, and we're just seeing how it goes for now. We're currently in profit, not too much profit at the moment. Well, we're up like $1,500 on that trade itself. So I'll run through that trade in a minute, but what I want to see is if we can potentially get any setups, before New York session opens. So for now, let's just check it. So I just really want to do 1 second. Hope you guys had a much better weekend than what I did. You can see I'm still slightly sick, still slightly recovering, but it's okay. It's all good. Just want to get something sorted here, guys. So thanks for everyone for joining today. Today will be a good session. Yesterday we smashed it. Today I feel like we're going to smash it as well. I hopefully to actually get a trade because the last time on the stream we didn't quite have. We were already in a position, but I'm hoping for this. Hoping for this setup, we're going to have a nice position going for us. Let me just scan this. You guys are obviously on here. Again, if you just joined, we're obviously going to go through a gold position. And I think today is going to be really good. Let's just see. Let's just put this down here. This is my second stream ever, guys. Well, obviously you know that I've been streaming. I was streaming on a different streaming before, back like I think I was streaming about 3 years ago. I did a couple of streams, but now I'm officially back. You know, feels good. Now you can see our USD chef actually just already hit TP1. That's really cool. Let me just go to USD chef at the moment. What I want to do for you guys, actually the stream, because I'll probably be on for a little bit of time. Let me just get my exact entry here on the 15 minutes. Actually, let's do it on the 5 minutes to get even better. So we're currently in a position now, guys. We're in a USD Swiss franc. It's better to obviously say that than chef. CHF. So what I just want to show you guys, we are currently in this position. So I'll switch between these two positions, between gold and the USD Swiss franc. So we're in currently on buys. If you guys obviously join the stream, you obviously get better access. You guys get to see the trades in real time. Now again, guys, obviously this has already hit TP1, so obviously entering now is not a good idea. But I just want to show you the idea behind this. We entered at around 210. 210, so it'll be around. Wait, what time is this on mine? No, my time as well. Let me just correct this to Dubai time. Should be +4. So if you guys want to change your time zones as well, it's also really good. All right. So if you guys didn't know that, that's to change your time zones just in case. Always make sure you're on the correct time zone, because this can significantly mess up your trading, especially if you want to trade certain sessions, like let's say London, New York. If you want to trade Sydney, for example, this can significantly obviously change that. So just pay attention, bear in mind that you always put on the right time frame. So I just want to show you the position that we're taking. It took it at 1421 to be exact. So we're just going to go 1420. It was around about here. So you got a pretty good entry on this. And what is our exact entry point? So this is to adjust your long position if you want to get the exact position, guys. Obviously you can do your risks, but we're not going to do this at the moment. Excuse me, I'm a little bit sick, but it's not going to stop me from obviously coming on the stream. So our entry was between 0.8620. Profit level, this was we're going to put it as a final profit level, which will be 80853. 80853. Okay, and we've got our 80853, yeah, and 808,500. Exactly. 500, there we go. Cool. So this is obviously a 2-to-1, just more or less about a 2-to-1 risk to reward on this trade. You can see we're currently up there. This was our TP1. I'm going to break down exactly where our TP1s is. I'm just going to draw a little line across. This will make it a bit more clearer. I'll just name this 80690, 80690. So you can see we currently smashed. This is all in the VIP group, guys. Do this. Let's do this. TP2 723 723. All right, perfect. Obviously our final take profit's quite high up, so we almost hit our TP2, and currently almost hitting our TP2. So we came back down, and again, now that I'm in this position at the moment, I've moved my stop loss to break even. This was a conservative position. This we've entered in my public group at around 220 to be exact, and now we're currently already up almost, a couple pips up here. Check exactly this. We've peaked at what? Peaked at around almost 90 pips. 90 pips above there. Next TP is at about 100 pips. This is one of the positions that we took. We saw what was basically happening. we came down and retested this level, not necessarily on the 5-minute chart, but we took this idea on the 15-minute. We saw that we had the idea behind this trade, guys, was that we've had a bearish candle pushing the bearish candle pushing to the downside, followed by more bearish action, and then we saw that we had these 2 points over here, right? Now again, what does this basically indicate over here? I'm just going to draw this. So this obviously we know that this is a strong level of resistance. You know, when price pushed above there, we obviously failed to tap. Once we tapped into this level, we saw that we had a lot of consolidation between this level over here. And then once we came all the way down, tapped into this level. You can see that we perfectly bounced off this level of support over here. Let's do this, get my little box out. So you can see our price perfectly respected this level over here. So this obviously was acting as a level of your support. We came down, tapped into this level, pushed above, and once we saw the confirmation pushing back above, we knew that this would be a good entry for us to enter, because we came back down. We saw that price was turning back bullish. So at the minimum, once we broke above these levels, we knew that when price gets up to here, at the minimum, we're going to tap into this level. Once we tap into this level, we can start being more conservative over our position. And this was the idea behind that. Like at the minimum, we'll tap here, like tap at least till this level. Let me just draw this out for you. So at minimum, we're going to tap up to that level. So that's when our position, we can confirm that the price can turn bullish. Once we closed above there, there was pretty much an easier play, just for us to continue to hold this position. So yeah, once we tapped that, we came back down, pushed and broke back above. Now we're cleanly in this position. Now, once we see that we're in this position, we're just going to maintain this position. Now we're not going to take any risk more on this trade, so we move stop loss to break even, making this a risk-free trade. And now once we get to about here, it'll be more or less 1-to-1 risk to reward on this trade. And then once we break above there, we'll hit our final TP. Now again, obviously putting our TP levels in. Why we put in our TP level here, TP1 and TP2, we can see that when price, you know, went above here, we tapped into this level quite aggressively before making its next move. That's why we have our second TP over here. First TP is pretty obvious because we come into this level of demand here. And once we obviously come to the top, if we're going to continue breaking new highs, we're going to tap and break above here. I'm just trying to turn on my AC. If you guys can give me 1 second. This is currently our position at the moment. I'm just going to go ahead and share it with you. Still getting my MetaTrader on. So we're currently up on this position over here. We're up about $1,000. We peaked at around 1,500, but we've moved our stop loss now to break even, making this a conservative trade. So now we won't lose anything on this position. Now I want to get obviously back to the gold chart, and you can see that obviously this is my Vantage live account. So our trading, then we have a nice little push up to the upside, and there we go, guys. You can see basically we're getting some aggressive volume coming back in. I think we got some news coming up. Now we just obviously have 1,600, peaked at 1.8. So it's looking really good. Dark. Let's take this. This is what it's about, guys. So guys, we're currently up $1,500, and I'm currently live on YouTube taking a live trade for you guys, so you guys can see I'm breaking out exactly USD Swiss franc. That's a trade that we're taking, up $1,500 on this live trade while being on YouTube. It's as transparent as it gets. Can't hide anything from you guys, and we're obviously on our Vantage live account. So guys, if you want to get access now, send me a DM. Let's get you set up. Send this again. So guys, currently in a live trading position at the moment, up $1,500 on the USD Swiss franc. Sent the trade setup, sent the trade idea, and we sent this already earlier in the VIP group, and we're currently just setting up 1,200. We had a nice little push to the upside, and we're obviously on our live trading account. So if you guys want to obviously tune in, find out my strategy, find out exactly, understand the why of why we're entering this position, and we're breaking down exactly word for word so that you don't feel left out. Okay, so we just saw that we had like a nice little strong push to the upside over there. That was pretty good. Now again, we're looking for an entry, and let me just get back to the gold. I think we have a nice little push to the upside. Yeah, so I'm going to be looking at buys for sure. I'm probably going to go ahead and enter position on gold. Since we came down for this bottom wick here, I like this on the 15-minute especially, and with the next hourly is closing, we can see that we're pushing up aggressively. I'm going to go ahead and enter a gold live position. Just do this. I'm sending this now to my group. It's a long position. We're going to enter. I want to get it a little bit earlier, but we're a bit late because I'm obviously streaming. Stop loss is 6.9. This will be below. It's going to be quite a deep stop loss. It's going to be a bit big. It's going to be a bit aggressive. This is obviously on the 15, but we're going to position ourselves quite well. And then our final stop loss is, a TP is going to be 4219. This will be a 1-to-1. So I'm going to go ahead and enter this position live for you guys. I'm going to break down exactly why we're entering this trade. I just got an alert that we basically just started pushing up, and this is why I want to enter this trade. Now again guys, remember it is a steeper stop loss, but remember I trade predominantly on a 1 hour or 4 hours. So on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, it's not as aggressive. It's going to obviously update the group. Make sure they all know. What's up? Guys, just sent another signal now. Entered another position on gold. There's our position. We're currently in a little bit of profit at the moment. The position's going well. Taking this live on YouTube for you guys to see. Breaking down exactly the why of why we're entering this position. I'm going to break down now, so make sure you guys don't miss this. It's going to be a good entry. We've got a really good entry. You can see that price is pushing to the upside on gold. We got in at a nice price. We're going to stay in this position, and I'm going to monitor this position until we actually close it. It's going to be really good. Alright guys, first basically live trade on stream, which is really cool. And now I'm going to be breaking it down for you guys in a second. See, I just saw that alert because when price pushed down there aggressively, I was expecting price. I was waiting for. I wish my nose wasn't so screwed. Alright, so why did we enter this position? So we saw that obviously we were waiting for price. We saw that price the whole day was pushing up bullish. You know, we came down. Now again, I just want to break it down on the 1 hour chart. Actually the 4 hour. What I was looking at before here. So I saw on the 4 hour, you can see that we have a trend line. And we don't have 3 touches as of yet. But what I was looking for is, you know, like my magnet tool. Get it on that position. Get on there. And we're just going to extend this across over there. Now, what I was looking at, especially on the 4 hour, we can see that we've had some, you know, we hit a support here at the bottom over here. That's something we're paying attention to. So we can see that we bounce off the support. At the moment, I still see us being bullish on gold, especially now that we had this candle, this bullish engulfing candle that overtook this red candle, especially on the 4 hour. We had a new candle which is opening now at, it's going to be opening up at 6, so it's still in about, let's say, the next hour. So that's what we'll see. And we got obviously New York opening up in the next 8 minutes. So something we're going to pay attention to. So again, we're just having a look at the 1 hour, seen our trend line. So at the minimum, that's why I put my TP to the top here. Now again, if you're in my group, you would have already seen the signal. You would have caught it as soon as it was playing out. We got in slightly a bit late on this position. If you were in my group, we got an entry at actually, the actual entry in my group was at 9.8, somewhere along those lines. This is the one that got sent. I just couldn't send it in time. But that was our entry. Caught it on this bottom wick over here. So let's see, this 1 hour candle just open up. Entered on that bottom wick. I think it was pretty much 1095. Sorry, not exactly wick. Let's just do this. 98095. And there we go. Pretty much a wick entry sent to my group. I'll show you guys the position. You can see it in real time as well. Sent at 1620. Yeah, 1620. This is a position at 9198. But because it's on the stream, we got the entry. I'm going to put it actually on the exact entry that we managed to catch it on stream, so it's more fair for everyone. So we actually got in at 06. So we're going to be fair and put it at 0632. So we're currently at, like, let's say a break even point, which is fine. Now we're pushing up quite aggressively. Now again, where would my first TP be? First TP, I want to target these areas. Once price hits above there, that'll be a good first. Okay, that's a bit skew, I think. My eyes are not working correctly. The line looks a bit skew, but it seems alright. So that's going to be our first TP. I think with the news coming in, I think with the volume from New York pushing in hard now, we should have a nice clean break. And our USD Swiss franc actually hit break even, which is fine. Does happen. So I like this little bounce off the top here, guys. Once we see that price broke out of this area, especially, I just want to highlight this area. Let's do this. I like to just do background orange. No, do this. Border orange. Do that. It's cool. Yeah, so once we broke above here, you can see that we had a clean break to the upside. We had a lot of bullish momentum pushing up. Broke above there, retapped almost into this level. And this is where we got our entry from originally. Excuse me. Don't know if you guys do the snooze, the upper deckies. Let's see how this position goes. Yes, guys, it has been it's a bit of a wild weekend, and that's why we're sick. A lot of alcohol is consumed, unfortunately, and yeah, a lot of obviously people around. You know, it's obviously knowing that you can get sick during those times. And you can see, guys, why we're pretty much just targeting this level. We came down before. Once we have aggressive move to the upside, you can see pretty much what happened here before. This is why we're targeting basically that area. You can see this is a point of interest over here. See these 3 points of interest. So every time we've pretty much broken above these levels, we've seen that price, once it pushes back up, we saw that price pretty much gets there pretty smoothly. Again, yes, our stop loss is quite aggressive, but once we start seeing price move to the upside over here, we will start moving our stop loss conservatively. So if you guys have any questions so far, like, feel free to obviously ask me. Last week we had a really good week as well. Actually on Monday we made around $12,000 taking a gold position, USD USD JPY and Euro USD trade. That was really good. In good position there. So which is some of the pairs that you guys mostly look out for? I know that why I trade gold a lot specifically is because we obviously gold is one of the most traded pairs in my opinion, and well, I don't necessarily know that statistic, but I do know that like gold is one of the most popular pairs. I like to personally trade gold because it aligns very well with my strategy. I also like to include USD Swiss franc, Euro USD, and USD JPY because I always seem that they kind of align with my strategy. I know that some of you guys like to trade Nasdaq, you know, S&P 500 as well, or whatever the pair could be. But if you guys are in this position, if you guys manage to get this position, let me know. I'm very curious. I hope you guys are obviously using proper risk management if you do decide to take this idea on this trade, because I know it is quite a steep stop loss. It's quite far down, but again guys, gold is volatile. We're expecting big volume candle to come in soon. Also, if you guys didn't know this is also a really good tool for you guys to use, volume candles. So we see some of my candles are slightly thicker, so if we draw it out, you'll see that some of the candles are a bit thicker, and you'll see that ones that's not much volume, you see when it's a candle it's a lot more thicker. This is cool to see where the volume is coming in. You can see that this candle is getting quite thick. You can see that some volume is coming in within this, let's say this next candle. 1 minute until the next hour candle opens up. So why every 1 hour is quite significant, you gotta understand, is because the 1 hour obviously means that a 15-minute candle closes, a 30-minute candle closes, and a 1 hour, and potentially also a 4 hour or an 8 hour, whatever your case is. Could also be a daily as well. So the candles can be quite significant. That's why like a 1 hour is normally quite well known. So you can see that when price came down now, remember what I always tell you guys, see within this range we do have some pretty much just consolidation within this level over here, especially on the 15 minutes. Do this. You can see that price is pretty much just hovering between that area at the moment. Now once we obviously break above this level, we need to obviously break through this high, break above here, close above there, and our entry was around 4206. So we've got a steep candle over here, but let's see how this candle goes. So guys, if you just joined now, obviously we're in a USD, we're in a obviously a gold trade, current gold trade. This was based on the 15 minute. You know, once we came down, tap below these levels, that was pretty much our entry. We got in slightly late because I was trying to get my stream on. I did send it to the group however, but I wasn't on stream just yet, and now we're currently in this position. Should be pretty good. I'm just waiting for price to pretty much push above. Now we're going to pretty much break even point. I'm waiting for price to push above here because you guys know how much I love this area over here. If you guys have watched my first stream, you guys know how much I love this. Just going to make this like a nice little purple. Would that be cool? Pink. No, I think purple is cool. Blue is also pretty cool. No, let's do a purple here. So you guys know how much I love pretty much just clean traffic. Once we break above here, you all know pretty much what happens once we get to this level. Once we close above here, I'm pretty confident we're just going to come up, and then we're firstly going to tap, minimum we're going to tap into is this level over here. Let me just do this, no border, background. So minimum once we break above these levels, I see us tapping into there, and then once we can, we're pretty much going to fill this whole candle over here, especially if we've got a lot of volume. I just want to check what time the news is. Forex Factory. So if you guys want to obviously check the news, I'm not specifically a news trader, but I always like to pay attention to the news because it can significantly affect your position as well. So where are we at the moment? Yeah, we got some news coming in. I'm checking them on the right time, yeah. Dubai. I've still got a couple of screens, guys. Alright, perfect. So we do have news event. It's currently tentative at the moment, which means it's still in play. And you can see we kind of pushed up there. That was quite nice. Peaked at around 10 pips over there. That's nothing too significant, especially on the position size that we do have running currently. And we got another news event happening on at 7 p.m. So I'll be quite a long stream. It'll be 2 hours, but maybe we stay. If we're in the position, I don't mind staying on. Let's see. So we're currently in a little bit of profit at the moment, which is cool. See, we got quite an aggressive candle pushing to the upside here, guys. It's really nice. So waiting for price to pretty much just push above there. This will be pretty much once it hits this price zone, I'm more than happy to move stop loss to break even. This should be a risk-free trade because from there down to there, it's going to be around 120 pips. So let's see once we get there. But I'm more waiting for price to actually push above here, because once we push above here, we get a nice closure to the upside. That's when we will understand. That's when we will see that it's quite bullish on there. Because overall, I'm still bullish on gold. I still think we're going to continue pushing to the upside. What I wanted to do is, I just want to actually create LMB gold. Yeah, that's fine. You see, because I've got a feeling that this bottom wick was our liquidity candle for us to push down. See, we had aggressive downside. This was happening in a 115-minute candle, which was cool. And now I just want us to go and tap into this level, and then I'll feel quite more confident on this trade. Overall, again, guys, trade is a trade. It's just an idea. It's just a setup. Obviously, do your own research before obviously taking any positions. Make sure you position yourself into a, comfortable position. Don't force a trade. Obviously I come on the stream, I do it live. I tell you guys quite honestly that I'm not always looking for a trade. I'm always looking for a trade, of course, but I'm not going to always force a trade just because of live on stream. So you can see we've got a little bit of volume happening here. Let's go to the 5 minutes, looks more exciting. So what I'm waiting for is price to pretty much push aggressively above here. I like this, that we have quite a lot of volume coming in. Last time we were on stream, we didn't have much volume. We pretty much just consolidated between an area. I hope we don't do the same thing again. We have got a bit of price action happening at the moment. But again, it's pretty much what happened last time, especially at 5 o'clock. The buyers and the sellers are quite aggressive during this moment. So we're just hoping that we're going to see some sort of push to the upside. You can see we're just hovering around our entry. Obviously I got in a bit later. I wish I got down here. That would have been nice. 98. In a perfect wick entry over there. Imagine that, and you had like a 10 pip stop loss. That would have been pretty cool. Just going to turn off my AC real quick. Right, let's go, bro. We need a nice little push to the upside now. I like that we're coming down. You see, when prices tap in, we're tapping into liquidity. We're trying to have positions. You see, as long as the candle doesn't just start aggressively denying us, that's when it's okay. At the same time, we just want this candle obviously to have a flip. We're building up some sort of volume. Once we have that volume, bam, that's when I have the flip. So what I'm expecting price to do is, what's generally going to happen is we're going to see this was a nice bottom wick. Now, again, I don't want us to come and re-break this bottom wick. I want us to continue pushing up, because once we have that initial push up, it's going to be quite aggressive. Like, it's going to happen like this before you see it, because I do think that the price is obviously moving aggressively, and we should see some sort of aggressive push to the upside. And this should just be pretty much one clean move and tap us into this level. Should just be a 100 pip move. So you can see now that we're pushing to the upside quite aggressively. This is good. And now I'm just waiting to obviously just push aggressive. If you guys are in this position, how are you guys feeling? How are you guys managing? Do you guys panic when you get into position? Type in the comments there, guys. Really love to know. If you guys obviously want to get the trades in real time as soon as possible, make sure to drop me a DM. The link's in the chat and in the description as well, so you guys can just message it. Obviously, if there's something that you guys don't understand, please feel free to obviously drop me a message saying, hey Luke, I didn't quite understand, you know, where you're drawing these ranges from, didn't quite understand how you entered this position, where did you get your levels from, where did you get your support from, where's the nearest resistance. I'm more than happy to. That's pretty much why I come on live. I come on for about 2 hours, so every Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you guys miss it, yeah, don't feel alarmed. Anxious. You feeling anxious? How long you been training for, bro? There's a guy. What's your name, brother? Let me just see. Name is Kenneth. Kenneth, where you from, bro? And how long you been training for, if you don't mind me asking? I hope, obviously, being on the live, me explaining everything does actually help you. That's the whole idea. And I'm going to show you my exact thought process through the trade as well. So, like, once we go into profits, once we go into drawdown, once we go into position, you guys will understand. I just like it when you guys obviously understand the whole gist and the whole why. Singapore, like a month. I'm new here. Well, welcome, brother. Thanks again for joining, obviously, the live. If you're in this trade, if you took the same setup, excuse me, I'm a bit sick, but if you guys are obviously in this trade at the moment, you know, this is obviously, it's a good experience. You know, I wish I had someone obviously doing this when I was trading. I used to have, like, I don't think I've ever followed, like, let's say a YouTube streamer before, you know, because I used to have one guy, one very extremely smart guy that was just looked at the markets differently, man, and then that's what basically got me into the way I see the markets. And yeah, it's just been a little bit of a journey. Well, welcome, brother. I hope we smash it. And again, obviously, make sure, depending on your account size, make sure to position yourself, because this is quite a steep stop loss. You know, you guys obviously don't want to go into, you know, once we hit stop loss over here, I always risk, you know, maybe 1 to 2% per trade, for example. That's on my risk tolerance. Obviously, you guys, it's your account, but this is what I recommend. But obviously, do your own, whatever you feel comfortable doing. obviously at any moment, any trade, always understand that any trade can be a losing trade. That is always, once you understand that, you will become good, I swear. Yeah, I see some of my friends looking for a sell. So it's me versus your friends. Damn, that's going to be good. The thing is, if I'm going to be honest with you, look, we do have, it's quite a big position overall at this point. So again, at any moment, we can, you know, if they're taking a scalp, for example, if they're taking a trade, let's say on a 5 minute, we could potentially have a sell, you know, within this range. We could come on into drawdown. That I can fully agree on. So that's what I'm always saying. If your friends are obviously looking for a sell, we in a buy, doesn't mean that we can both be right. You know, it just depends on where our levels are at. They could, let's say, be targeting, let's say, a sell, and they want to tap into, let's say, this zone, for example. They want to tap over here, you know, but this doesn't take us out of our position. You know, our stop loss is down here. So if they had a sell here, let's say they took a sell here, for example, to tap into this level, and their business sitting and they in this position, that's completely normal, you know. So if they're taking a scalp, ours is more, I wouldn't say a swing trade because it's not that big. Swing trade would classify as like one, maybe on a 4-hour position. So yeah, he said his friends are I went with you. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, they're going for scalp sells. Yeah, so again, it can happen, you know. Obviously, if you look on the 1 minute as well, you can obviously look for positions over here. See that the 1 minute is pushing down. Again, we got in pretty much at a zone. Look here, pretty much what happens if we extend this across right now, what is happening? We're just consolidating over this period. You know, at any moment, you know, we're waiting for price action. Nothing's happening between this level right now. So again, if you're taking sells between here right now, I personally wouldn't be taking. I would be waiting for us to maybe break below this level. Then I would start looking for sells maybe to the downside. But until then, I don't really see any selling opportunities as of yet, because, you know, at any moment we're waiting for like a directional candle. Now we're just consolidating between this level, so it's not really much happening. So that's pretty much what we're looking at now. And now we're gonna hope that, you know, the 15 minutes, you see, so now we're pushing on aggressively, but it's not too bad. We're only about, what, 30 pips in drawdown. It's not too bad. Now we do have aggressive candle pushing to the downside. Now, what I always tell you guys, what I always make sure you guys have peace of mind, sometimes the more aggressive we push down, especially now we had a 15 minute, an opening of a 15 minute candle. See, 15 minutes just open up. Now, it's the first minute of the 15 minute. We push down aggressively. Now, again, at any moment, this could be the flip of the 15 minute. That's why I say sometimes in the first minute, if it's in the opening minutes of the 15 minute or the 1 hour, for example, pretty much any candle that's significant, we come down aggressive and then we ended up pushing to the upside. That's great. So what we're waiting for is us to obviously flip on this candle, because especially like if it's coming towards that last bit of that candle, like let's say we got a 30-minute candle coming up, that's going to be in the next candle. It's not that significant, for example, but then we got another candle coming up, so the next significant candle would obviously be the 4-hour candle coming up at, I think it's at 6, I believe. Yeah, so the next candle is going to be at 6. So I'll definitely be with you guys on here. So have a look at this. This is what I want to show you guys as well. Obviously there's a lot of drawings, just don't pay attention to that right now, but try and look past that. You can see on the 4-hour we came down for a slight bottom wick here, which is great. Now this could be the lowest point we come on gold for today, for example, especially on this move. So we're happy that we have a bottom wick, because, you know, at any moment, if we don't see that bottom wick, we know at any point, you know, we can come down, tap below these levels in order for us to continue pushing back up. So we don't want price to obviously break below this 4198. As long as we have that security in place, we good. But obviously now we're going to go back to the 15 minute. We see some little bit of volume coming in. Again, I just remember like we were on that we were on the stream last time, and then basically we were literally just in a position for so long, like an hour and a half, and price did the exact same thing. So I'm really hoping we do get some price action. I see Emmanuel. What's up, brother? Fuck, this is my G, mate. Met on a mastermind and yeah, just epic dude. He's also a trader as well. Make sure to check him out. Also a really good trader. I do respect his trading as well. We're bouncing off each other back in the mastermind. So thanks for the support, brother. Really appreciate that, man. Now we're going up to the break even. The break even consolidation. The break even. We're gonna consolidate, break even, then we're gonna go bullish and then bearish and then brother, just love some of the terms sometimes. I don't know if you guys also like to just take the piss out of some people that just have no idea what they're talking about, and then they like just say like to be like, oh bro, bullish, just yeah, we get into it even we even flip. Price keeps doing this. What's happening on the smaller time frame, the 1 minute? You guys can answer that. What's happening now? If we look at this, look at the orange box. Pretty much just price just going like this. It's not doing anything. Price is built in smaller time frame. Like you see this move on this candle, this move. This is all smaller move like a 1 minute. This is like tiny little moves. Even if you want to go 30 seconds, you can see that it's structure. So it's the price structure. You understand that how this is basically working. All just once we get to a certain level, we hit a supply zone, we hit a support, hit a resistance, and we end up going back down. And that's pretty much just what's happening. You're seeing this now, price bullish on a smaller time frame. We're going to see that the price is making bullish structure. And now we're in a little bit of profits, but not too. If you guys entered this position, what did you guys manage to get at? Like, what was you guys at? My one was exactly 4206.43. That was fine. What you guys managed to get in? 426.43. See, mine is at 426.43. Let's good. You guys do like a little bit in drawing, but what do you guys do when you wait? I'm curious. Like I go have a coffee, sit on my hands. I don't actually do that. Can I be honest? If I'm in a trade, I have my stop loss in, I have my take profit in, I have alerts set on Telegram, on TradingView as well. So for me, things just pretty much made. Like I know exactly like when it's this price point, when it's coming down into like my my stop loss. I know when price is hitting my second final TP, so I know all leaves. Don't need to be sitting actively watching the trade, because what ends up happening, especially me, and this is me being honest with you guys, pretty much back in the day, I would close too early, or I would close, well, that was pretty much my main thing. I would close too early. So either early in profit or early in a stop loss. So I'd be like, oh no, this trade's going against me. Oh, I got it, bro. And then I ended up shooting, because I just didn't like, you know how many times it was that I didn't wait like 2 minutes. It was even a minute, 30 seconds. I could 30 seconds and boom, and I would close. Let's try and do it like that. Just like, yeah, close the trade. See if they're gonna listen to me. Reverse it. Try to the market makers, No, I'm joking, but that's actually what's happened many of times. Like I've closed a position and just spiked to the outside, or I closed too early. So it's like it hits like, and I'm like, oh, it's nearing TP1. I'm too nervous, and then I close position and ends up actually hitting my final TP. It's where I want to come up to. It's not necessarily always going to hit all the way at the top, but that's why we move our plus pretty aggressively. Like what? I'd say point pretty good for me to have my first TP, and yeah, I'd say pretty much even above the candle. Once we break above this candle, if we break above this candle, sure that it will be pretty smooth. Like once we refill this candle, I don't think while we tap into this level, at least some sort of, we can have a little slight tap once and come back down. Something we can do. But unfortunately, guys, this is price action. Like, unfortunately, sometimes it sucks because it's just literally not doing anything. And again, guys, those of you who joined, obviously, if you want to get this, obviously, in real time, make sure to drop me a DM. The link's in the description as well, or in the chat, so you can drop me a DM. I want to know, like, where you're from, what you experience, I'm just very curious. I want to build more with the knowledge, like, for example, put this to my face, it's going to become better. I basically want to know, like, where you are on your journey, because I'm trying to make more educational content based on what you guys are struggling with. For example, I was talking to another, and literally they were telling me, dude, I didn't even know what bullish means, or what bearish means. I didn't know what a candle is, or what a candlestick looks like. So again, guys, maybe trading, who actively trading, who's a bit about trading, you guys know the terminologies. But for some people that don't know anything, but they're really curious, so I'm trying to be like about knowledge. I'm trying to actually help introduce some people if they really want to get involved. I'm trying to do obviously on an education standpoint, so that everyone has a fair chance to markets, or if they want to try, get into it. So that's what I'm trying to give everyone a fair chance, because once we had no idea. We just saw some other guy making money. We wanted. That's the only reason why we got the trade. In the beginning, we saw someone else making stupid amount of money. Oh, bro, like, it doesn't even work. And then that's pretty. Then we had that's why we maybe we have a bit more knowledge. For me, I've traded since for like almost years. I'd say about 8 years, 4 years profitably now. So far it's been. Once you get to certain levels, guys, you're just bouncing between these levels at the moment. It's just so ridiculous. But see, once you get to below upper deck, once you get to a certain point in your trading, there's 3 stages of trading. So stage is profitable. It's probably your beginning stage, probably your first year, your first 6 months. You are absolutely in a trade. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but overall, much the candle now. Guys, we obviously have a stop loss in play. Everything okay. Let price do what it's doing. Overall, which direction you want to go to. Okay, then secondly, we have a even stage. I think that a even stage could be one of the most powerful stages in terms of trading, because to even stage, you had a break stage to take to the next level profitable trader. You understand why you had break even. You make lose too much. You should be like, what can I be doing now to let's say a stage? What's the next step? For example. So it comes down to, and obviously, if I'm obviously illogical is a profitable stage of when you've made they want you're the big bro. You made your profit trader, everything's good. And yeah, so now where are we at? We have news. Has the news played out? Pretty much at 7 p.m. So we might see like pretty much nothing happening. Now again, I don't want to break bottom wick. Like I'm not too phased about this because I have aggressive. The stop was quite below there. I don't want to see us break below this thing. Now unfortunately we have to go through more price action in order for us to get back below here. We have some close to the downside. We have the next 30-minute candle closing. Again, this will be another 15-minute. If this candle can somehow clip within the next minute, that'll be great. Let's see. It's unfortunately just pretty much what happens. Pretty much what happens. So we came down, pretty much tapped into that level. Again, technically, yes. You see, we did break the candle. So pretty much up. This could have not been gravity. We might need to come down, at least tap into. You see, we pretty much tapped into this level. If this was the bottom of the candle, not this one that we got specifically, then that's also okay. That's what we pretty much waiting for, to see if that's the bottom we were looking for. It was candle, that was the bottom that we wanted first. So let's see. Because right now, I'm expecting some sort of like volume coming in. This gold has been sitting like this for quite some time, and yeah, I just really hope it doesn't end up to something stupid like this. Because now we're going to be pretty much within this range. And how you identify a range, guys, very simple. Just get my tool out here. Okay, cool, this is working. If you guys identify a range, I'm just going to move this range block for now. So you see your level of support, resistance, excuse me. And you're building a little more range at the bottom. So one price is above here. You know that we buy between trades, they'll come down and this pretty much clean up over here. If this chart looks a bit funky. So now, if price pretty much, you see that tapped above into this level of resistance, tapped into the level of supports. Now we pretty much realistically, what's going to end up happening is probably going to retap and refill this range now before making out the moves. At the moment, it's going to come up above here. But let's see. This is pretty much what happens. Our price action builds up for this next move. Now, and I'm hoping this was the last point, because it was our liquidity cap price continue back. That's great, but you can see we have some more downshift, some aggressive candle coming in. Okay, let's see the 30-minute candle coming in, closing in aggressive. Now, again, we want to see obviously price reverse from here. Again, do have a stop loss in play. It's our protection. It's call it. How you guys feel trade? This is what separates the men from the mice in the trade. Because realistically, we're not that far down. Maybe about 100 pips down in this trade, which isn't too crazy. Because we have a plus position. But now, this is, if you haven't been in this far down before and you can't handle it, then don't trade, bro. Every trade's going to be different. Every stop loss is going to be different. Every take profit is different. We need to make sure we match the position. Still 2% on this trade. Doesn't matter the up, doesn't matter the whole position. All right. Let's go to some inside manage. Bros. So, if you guys are still in the trade, let me know how you're feeling. I know that mentioned he was in the trade. Are you still in this position? No? I hope you haven't closed or you've just stopped accordingly. Everything's great. IP. Mackie Max. Mackie Max. It's a savage name. Where you from, brother? Mackie Mac, bro. It's a sick name. So, you know what we really do? First kind of was smashes that take profit, all that up. Call it a day. Go home to our friends. Celebrate and be good. You know, but that's obviously in a dreamland. Obviously now we have to have price structure, we have to go through the motions, and we have to wait for candle to close, get back into our range, and we have to wait for price to push above. You close here, price pushes above here, confirmation this level resistance turns into level support, and we ended up pushing back above. That's pretty much action in a nutshell, guys. I explained very in a sarcastic way, but that's pretty much just, that's what it is. Simple. What's up, bro? I think I have a few guys in Singapore. Really sick. I've never been. What's it like that? Like, what's in conditions? I'm originally in South Africa, so yeah. Being originally started as a butler. Well, I originally started as a so yeah. It's, yeah, in a yeah. No, I'm all good. It's made. Let's see some donations. Yeah, got like 203 people watching. That's my friend Drew, one of the best guys in the industry. Just you know, you transition. Yeah, yeah, currently down at the moment. So let me have a look off in my I am at the moment. It's at least in here. Alright, so now we see we're pushing back up to that 4, claiming that 4-2 territory. Again, remember what guys happened, the lower time is pretty much just building structure, pushing to the downside, and what we're in for is a strong candle. Now, again, quite see this candle, these two candles right here, tap aggressively into this side over here, and this is why I'm more on the course that maybe this was it. We needed deeper tap into this level, and that was pretty much like why I'm not panicking what too crazy on this trade. I'm not like panicking because once we tap actively, and again we've in 5 minutes within our next 15 minutes, yeah. So now we're pretty much just hovering around this 4-2 area. You see, now I think Kenneth, I think your friend who took that short did well, because obviously if he took a small position, he probably would be out now, realistically. You know, mistaken, like maybe he had T over here, one with this quite big liquidity zone. Again, once we break it back into this range, I see us just refilling this range. We've seen it was to be calm. Good to see people on the stream. You know, thanks again, everyone who joined. So, the rest of you guys are from, and I've got over 160 people in here. 3 people. I want to get going here. I think most guys will come once we're in profit. You know, I'm going to see, oh, so much. But until guys, a lot of you guys are sweating. You know, you guys are really nervous, really scared. Okay. I think a lot of guys, it's all good, it's all perfect. Nothing like a little bit of drawdown, guys. Makim says, my honor to know you really. Well, it's my honor to know you guys, bro. Wait, what happened to my drawings? Wait, what vision? Hello? Oh, okay, it's just a bug. No, it's my honor to know you guys, bro. I mean, you guys make this possible for me to come on and actually stream and, you know, do this kind of thing. This is what's really cool. Like, I generally, like, I know a lot of people say this, but I generally actually like what I do. And this is why I actually enjoy coming on, trading, talking to you guys, and like being a part of a community, because I think this is pretty much what I do every day. So like I thought, why not just do it with you guys? Let's see if we can have a little flip here, guys. Let's see if we can have a little flip. I hope we just don't have some boring price action. Like I just want us to do something. What do you guys prefer? I wanted to ask you guys. I was going to ask my group, but since we're on YouTube now, since you guys are on here, what sessions do you guys prefer to trade? Is it New York? Is it London? Pre-London, pre-New York? What is it? What is the best time for you guys? Because obviously you guys who are on now, it's probably makes sense to, you know, check where you guys predominantly trade. Because I know some people here in Dubai, it's around almost like 6 p.m. now. So I know a lot of people like maybe finishing work, or, you know, I'm not sure what the time zone is in Singapore right now. Or, no, I know my time zone's pretty well, but I just don't know what time in Singapore is. It's a good question, actually. No, we just wait. Let me just break down the 1 minute and explain exactly like what's happening, so you guys understand like just price action in general, you know. So obviously see, once you broke above here, we just see that price action is obviously creating a bearish structure. Obviously on a 1 minute time frame, this is obviously not relevant because it's a 1 minute. If you guys are taking scalps, sure. But again, it's pretty much what happens. Sometimes price needs to go there until we start to see reversals. So once we start seeing the candles now, close back above here, push above this side, continue closing back above, then we have some sort of bullish, you know, candles to the upside. Once you start seeing a closure above here, we can see that we might have a potential reversal. Now again, this is obviously on a lower time frame, so it's, you know, at any moment this could just be like a 4-hour bottom wick, this could be a 1 hour bottom wick, but that's what we need to pay attention to. It's 9:40 p.m. in Singapore. Alright, sweet, that's pretty cool. Alright, so in general, so see, now we see like the next 1 minute candle push up. Are we going to close, tap above here now? Are we going to close above here now? Now again, once it closes above there, we should start seeing the candle reverse. We start seeing it come tap into our next resistance candle. That's pretty much what price action does. You know, it's pretty much what it does all the time, over and over and over it again. Every day, same thing, same thing. Once you can learn structure, once you can learn price action, you'll be good. So would it make more sense for you guys to trade the London session if you're in Singapore, or doesn't it really matter? Like in terms of like convenience, would it make more sense to trade London, pre-London, or is it actually better to trade New York session? This is the only thing I'm just trying to check when the, like, because obviously trading pre-London sometimes better volume, you know, sometimes, but for me, I don't really mind. I can pretty much trade anytime. It's just that I want to obviously see some action pulling in. It's not necessarily that we always get a trade on, let's say, London session or on New York session. It's just sometimes our positions line up. Sometimes we get it before. Sometimes we can see like a volume candle come in out of nowhere. You know, sometimes at like, you know, early hours in the morning or pretty much during the day. But it's pretty much it. So right now, price is just doing absolutely nothing. You know, we've moved not even like total of 70 pips. So pretty much what we're waiting for is, you know, any sort of reversal at this point. The more we keep tapping below these levels, the more we're going to continue coming back down. But again, that's what price is going to do until this candle somewhat has some sort of reversal. Again, this is our 15-minute candle. It's going to close in about 2 minutes now. Again, it's going to close below here, which is not great. But again, you know, this is what's, if it wants to close below here, we understand that this level now it's broken below. This could be a fake out. This level now is going to turn to a level of resistance. Now, are we going to tap and close below there? We need to see. So now what would be the ideal situation? 15-minute candle closes in the next 1 minute. Now, if we can close back above, back into this range, before that, so you close above, like, let's say, I'd be happy with 4202. We close above there. That would be good for us, because then we can close back in this range and potentially have our run to the upside. But again, obviously it's 1 minute. Price needs to obviously like push up. But once we close above, obviously this level. Now again, guys, this is obviously not, it's not that significant when you look at it on the 1 hour. This is what I'm saying to you guys. Now again, this could just be a 1 hour bottom wick. You know, we still have another 16 minutes, you know, 16 minutes roughly before this 1 hour candle closes. So as long as this candle doesn't close bearish, that's fine. But at the same time, we do have bullish price action happening. So at any moment, guys, this candle is still fine. It's still fine. This could still flip. We came down for a bottom wick that we can flip at any moment on this 1 hour. We still have 15 minutes left. If the candle closes bearish on a 1 hour, now remember, we have 2 candles closing. We have a 4 hour candle closing, and we have we might just get that thing 2 seconds. Not at 4. Oh, wait. That might be okay. That might be okay. Now you see we closed just below them. So I was hoping that we closed like just above them. That would have given me a little bit of peace of mind that we're going to do something, but now we just have to wait. Now, what I want to show you guys on the 4 hour. Now remember, on the 4 hour, let me just do this, remove all these 11 drawings. So I'll show you guys on the 4 hour. Remember that this is a bullish engulfing candle. Now again, this is just a bearish candle coming in. But at any moment, we can obviously flip on this 4 hour. Now again, if this candle closes here, that's still okay. It's still okay on the 4 hour. Because now we have the 4 hour closing. The next 4 hour opens up at 6 p.m. So we have 2 candles closing. Well, technically, we have lots of candles closing, but we have obviously a predominant one, which is a 4 hour. I always look at a 4 hour. We have a 1 hour closing, and then we have a 1 hour, we have a 4 hour, and we have 15 and a 30-minute candle closing. It's pretty significant, all of those. At the moment, let's have a look here. Once we pushed up here, pushed up very aggressive here, came back down. Yeah, I'm just trying to see. If it's following any behavior. It's very much doing what this candle is doing here. If you want to look to the left slightly. So maybe this candle, again, this exact candle, have a look at this, guys. So something I just spotted right now. Have a look at this. This is the exact same candle on Thursday that was at 2 p.m. And this is the exact same candle, obviously, on, wait. It's on a Thursday. It's on a Thursday, and this is on a Tuesday. It was the exact same time, you know. It was the exact same time, and then this candle, when the 6 hour candle opened up, we came down for a slight bottom wick, pushed back up. So again, it's not always accurate. We can't always say that it's going to do the exact same thing, but there is some coordinates that's aligning with these 2 positions right now. So we do have some like confluence that at any moment, you know, the next candle can open up and push aggressively, because that's what it's done in the past. But we can't always base it on that. But it's just something interesting, obviously, to look at, like how price does similar things during certain times. Do that. Just do this. Do this. Let me get my. Okay, cool. There we go. Now we're still waiting. Still waiting for his position, bro. Dun, 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 dun. So what do you guys, how do you guys handle drawdown? What do you guys do? Do you go grab a coffee, grab a tea, play some games, watch some TV? I used to go kick a ball or something. I used to go like run outside, kick a ball, try and distract myself, not permanently look at this chart, because at the moment like you would go crazy just staring at this pretty much the whole time. Excuse me. You'd pretty much just go crazy just staring at a candle. It's just not doing much. And again, we can't always predict exactly when the time of the market's going to do something, but we always put in our position once we enter that certain point. That's what we put our analysis on. Like we can't say, all right, perfect, I know that the next 1 minute we're going to pump, or the next 1 minute we're going to dump. It's very difficult to say that. We can base it on certain how candlesticks and behavior of candlesticks can play out. That's for sure. And again, some of you guys might have wanted to enter like another position. Like if you want to enter another position, I'd say probably down here at 4190. But like at this point, it's too close to our entry. If you want to split this, like what some people do, some people, in order to get like a good risk reward, some people actually do something like this. So let's say that this is maybe like a third of where our position is. So they would have entered another position there, same stop loss for example, and then they would have entered, let's say, pretty much halfway in another position. Like let's say this is halfway between this entry and this entry. I'm just spitballing here at the moment, but let's say it was about there. Obviously this would give you the best risk to reward, obviously overall, once you enter there. But obviously again, this would give you a 3 risk reward. This would give you like almost a 1.68. So in total you would be looking at almost a almost a 5R on this trade if you got every position. But again, if you entered all your max risk on the first position, obviously I don't recommend entering these trades, because you're going to end up having, if it does hit stop loss, you're going to have a significant loss. But that's what you can also do as well. So let's say, for example, hypothetically, if you're risking, let's say $50 on this trade, and this total risk is $50, but let's say, for example, you want to space it out within 3 positions. Now what you can do is you can do like 20 20 10, you know, so you can catch that big move. That's something you can do as well. So you can also position yourself out quite smoothly along the way. That's something that I could recommend. So if we do come down quite further on, you know, you can position yourself better, get a better risk reward, and obviously in essence get better profits. Obviously guys, as you know, I was at the Formula 1. Obviously you guys know I was at the Formula 1, so I did have a crazy weekend. Went down Thursday, really good fun. I don't think I watched much of the races, to be fair. It was just like good parties, good energy, good vibes. I think that's pretty much what most people go there for. I like if you're standing on a corner, you're standing on a bend, you only get to see the car come every so couple minutes. And it just comes past, and then you wait, comes past, you wait. So it's actually like better, hypothetically, like if you want to actually watch the race, I'd recommend watching it at home or watching on your TV instead of obviously watching it at there, because you pretty much need to watch it over screen in order to get fully involved into the action, you know. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, let's see, just give us a nice candle, bro. You know, how long must we wait for you, bro? Now we keep waiting on the world to change. And I keep waiting. Yeah, I don't want to get. We're getting some volume, boys. Getting some volume. All right, I see you. Don't come back down. Don't be boring, bro. If we all just buy, technically the market should go up, right? No, I'm joking. Don't listen to that. It's obviously lies. We have very small impact on the market. Let me tell you that. If you guys ever think like the market stopped you out, it's like, bro, they don't care about your stop loss. They don't care about your position. I don't know how big your positions are, but if it's not in the billions, they don't care. You know, even that. There's trillions of dollars being traded every single day. You know, obviously we just come in to get a little piece of the pie, call it a day, and yeah, that's all we want. We just want a piece of a pie. We want a couple of pips. We call them pip and dippers. You know, especially the people on the stream. Once they come on, make a bit of cash, out, outies, bro. But that's cool. If you guys made money, that's great. That's perfect. Very happy. Always happy with that. Leave on a positive note. Again, sorry guys for obviously, like, I'm not going to apologize for the markets, but I apologize for, like, obviously we don't have obviously like a quicker position. You know, I don't want to open up too many trades on stream as well. You know, I like to be more involved in terms of just one position, so we can like talk through it, get through it together emotionally. You know, obviously I don't have emotions in the market, but I know a lot of you do still. So like now when I'm pretty much watching it, you guys can see me in real time, like how I'm reacting. You know, when we went down, yeah, I wasn't crying, I wasn't stressing, I wasn't like, oh shit, we're gonna lose this trade. I was explaining to you why we need to come down first, why it's actually a good thing if we come down first, especially now that we have the 1 hour candle closing in the next 6 minutes. You know, at any moment, again, now what are we going to see? We're going to see the 4 hour candle, another 4 hour candle opening, and a 4 hour candle obviously closing. And that should be, you know, if that's going to be the candle, the volume candle, that's going to be good. And you see, maybe that's what we're looking for. I'm just hoping we don't close on a bearish candle, because that'll be, you know, maybe what I predict price is going to do. Like, again, this is just a prediction of thought. This could have been the bottom wick for us to come down first, but again, at any moment, the 4 hour candle can open up, aggressively come down, hopefully not too far down, but, you know, come down to these levels and then push back up, because what's it doing is it's getting a bottom wick. If it doesn't open up with a bottom wick, that's when it becomes concerning, because at any moment we can come down to create a bottom wick. That makes sense. Let's hope maybe we can get out to position in the next 5 minutes if this candle wants to push. You know, maybe just before the 4 hour starts opening up. And we do have news, guys. We do have news. So 7 p.m. Oh, it's only 6. It's like maybe that's what the volume, maybe that's what the candles maybe that's what the candle's waiting for as well. Waiting for the volume candle. I think the volume candle will be the news candle. Jolt's, it's gonna be Jolt's job opening. And obviously, guys, it's also important to know, depending on how this opens, you know, let me just see what they're predicting here. 1 second. So if the numbers pretty much open up higher, it usually strengthens the dollar, and this means it's bearish for gold. So we're hoping that's not the case, but if the chart comes obviously lower than expected, which we're hoping for, then that obviously means the US dollar weakens. So obviously hoping that it comes on lower. Again, it doesn't always necessarily mean, guys, it doesn't necessarily mean that the price is going to do what it's going to say it's going to do. So if like it does open up negative, it doesn't always mean that it's going to go in a certain direction, because if it was that easy, everyone could trade it, you know. But it does just help. Sometimes it does align. Let's see what it's predicting. So it opens up lower. Yeah, it's currently at forecast is 7 point. What is the previous? It doesn't even give us the previous. It's trying to keep us from the trade, bro. Oh. Just waiting up. It's now currently only in 50 pips drawdown at the moment. Nothing too significant. Not even like almost 40 pips, 40-something pips. Once we get up to like 4206, that's when we know that price is obviously in a break-even point. Again, if you guys, once we get it back up to this level, if you guys aren't happy in this position, you guys don't want to stay in for too long, if you guys don't want to hold it overnight, for example, obviously feel free to close. Depending if you guys want to hold it for that long. I mean, I'm going to stay in the position. I've got my position size. I'm comfortable with, you know, this trade. so far. It's taking a bit longer to play out. I wish we just had this candle like this. 1, 2, 3. Imagine we just had this, boys. Like this happened in 15, this happened in 45 minutes. So maybe like once the candle opens, you know. Because yeah, this was on Monday. So was this, wait, this was Tuesday. So this was today. Maybe this was the manipulation coming back down. And this was the actual movement. So this is what we based on as well. This is why I'm more confident. Like maybe, again, probably people thought, okay, we might be turning bullish, guys, because we have some small bullish price action happening over here, creating new higher highs, small little higher highs, and maybe they thought, okay, bam, it's going to go higher. We're definitely going to tap into this, but that's not what did happen. We had manipulation pushing to the downside, came back above, and now we're pushing back above. So now again, maybe price is just creating structure, coming back down, in order for us to push back up. That's my thoughts. But we will never know. We will never know. The only thing we can know is that price is doing pretty much nothing. Now again, I don't think that anything special is going to happen on this 4-hour opening, because we do have news happening in the next hour after that. So probably, if we don't see a movement within that hour, we'll probably have to wait again for the other hourly candle to open up, and then we will definitely see some volume. But I don't like to necessarily trade during news, because it can be extremely volatile. If I can get out before that, I get out before that, because again, you don't want to be like manipulated on a position, like when you're already in profit, for example, and like the news just goes against you, goes against your trade. It's not actually towards like your setup. It's got no correlation towards your setup. It's just that the news came out negative, whatever the case is. Obviously in this case it came out positive, so it strengthens the US dollar, and then obviously gold drops. So let's see. Now we have the 4-hour candle opening. Lost my slipper, bro. So now we have the next hourly candle opening up. Nothing pretty much happening, and now we pretty much just wait. Slight bullish. Should we watch the 30-second charts? I think it'll be much more exciting. 30-second charts. 30-second charts looks much more exciting, you know. It's always good, like when you see a candle like push up, it's like, oh wow, it's going so big, but it's actually in retrospect it's not that big. We have a very, very big bullish candle over here, guys. No, I'm joking. It's 30 seconds, obviously. I'm just trying to keep the entertainment alive, you know what I mean. Yeah, pretty much that. Now again, wait, I want to see that 4-hour candle. I actually want to go back to that 4-hour candle that we checked before. Thursday, 4th of December. Okay, let's go have a look at that. Thursday the 4th of December. Thursday the 4th of December. This is pretty much when the 6-hour candle opened up, this candle. So we saw before, what exactly happened here, wait. 6 minutes, so we can see we had some bullish action happening there. Once the 4-hour candle opened up, we pretty much had a strong bullish pump to the upside. So yeah, that was fine. We pushed back to 4213. That's what happened previously. We again had a little bit more volume. Not really, to be honest. Didn't have that much volume pushing in. You can see the volume candles tend to be a bit more thicker. So that's what we're pretty much waiting for. Like this, this was just pretty much a normal candle. Obviously, price doesn't want to give us what we want. Doesn't want to give us what we want. How are you guys doing in this trade so far? Guys still in it. Kenneth, how you doing? How's the brain? What's happening, bro? What's your thought process behind this trade, bro? I need to know. And who else is in this chat? Mackie Max. and Ashok. How are you guys doing this trade so far? Like, what's your thought process? Guys, stressing a bit, you know. You guys are understanding exactly like what's happening in this position so far, because I've explained it like to the T, exactly what's happening, what's going on. Again, price needs to do certain things in order to, you know, come back up. I'm going to be in this position until we pretty much go, I'd say, into profit. Like, if we're just going to sit, potentially, like, I need to see where we're going to end up on this trade. You know, obviously I've got things to do after this. But, yeah, since we had news, you know, since we have news coming up, like, I might just stay. Like, I've got nothing really much planned. This is Mackie Max, learning from your experience. Haha. The psychology behind it is a training in progress. Nice, very good, bro. Yeah. Like I said, I always try and teach. I think the most important part is psychology. Always, like, if you can handle your mind, like, trading would become so much easier for you. 100%. Because once you stop fearing, you know, you fear to enter a position, you fear when you're in drawdown, you fear when you're even in profit. You know, this is when, like, you know, this is like the strongest point in your trade. Could he sweep before going upwards? I thought. Ashok, not doing good so far. Me neither, brother. We're in drawdown. That's a normal thing to be in. It's very common. We're in drawdown. It happens. You know, we don't always get a snipe entry, don't always get the perfect timing, but our trade setup is valid overall. Yeah, like I said, like, remember, this is the 4-hour candle opening up, so at any moment the 4-hour candle open up, remember, closed doji here before. Remember what happened here before this candle? We came down, you know, we did come down, tap into this level before, so any moment we can come down, tap into that. I'm happy we're coming down for a bottom wick first. That's what I'm happy for, because if we just started pushing up, no bottom wick, that's what would have concerned me, especially on the opening of a 4-hour, because at any moment we can come down at any moment to create a 4-hour bottom wick before pushing back up. So price needs to come down to this level. Let's see. The price could come down and tap into this level before making its next move. No, not obviously on the T, but like 4919 position. Comes down and taps into that level before making a move. That would also still be okay, because it's still, you know, following what it did previously. Now again, it's not likely that we always go into the same exact setups, because that would be crazy. But yeah, of course it can. Obviously, it can be the situation. You know, liquidity sweeps, come back down, push back down before pushing back up. Sometimes now we got a candle. You see, when it does this, like this aggressive turnaround. Mackie Max asks, how was your F1 experience? I'm curious, bro. It's crazy, mate. Jeez. Literally, I was on the Sunday. My friends were saying, bro, stay. And I said, bro, if I stay, I think I'll die, bro. Like, my brain was like fried, bro. We drank, partied, had a good time. It's pretty much just like one big party, bro. Like, from the Thursday, like, we came a bit earlier. So from the Thursday, but pretty much from the Thursday straight all the way until Monday, like, it's just partying, bro, like non-stop. Like, I think people didn't even sleep, because I saw the same people like in the bars the next day, and I was like, dude, you're drinking at 9 a.m, bro. Like, I can't even look at alcohol right now. There's a rejection. Nice. Yeah, again, we have many rejections here. We just need obviously like a strong rejection to understand, okay, that was the rejection point. That would be cool. We need obviously a nice strong rejection now, you know, especially maybe like if it can be on the 15 minutes. No, but like obviously price action's pretty boring. For the past 45 minutes we've moved. I could look it up on my brain somewhere. We've moved about, yeah, not even, even 10 pips, bro. So it's pretty boring. 100 pips, sorry. Superb party. Yeah, bro, literally. It was. I went last year as well, but it wasn't as crazy as. Apparently, the first year was really good. Like this year, like was good. Like I still had fun, but apparently, like some years before that was like even better. Um, yeah, it just depends. Like if you have a room there, obviously you're on the track. It's really good. You can have some drinks in your room. You can see it from the track. Sometimes you wake up. The only problem is, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, the only biggest issue that I had is that you don't get any peace, bro. Like you wake up, there's a race car driving around the track. Like, bro, there's a practice. There's always something happening. Then like you go downstairs, you just want to have some lunch. Just music pumping. Like you in your room, you're in race cars. You're downstairs, there's a party. There's no peace. Like if you go in there with a family, don't. Like please don't do that. Like it's not good for any kids to be there, because it's actually just very hectic. I saw some parents have some babies there and stuff, bro. I don't think that's really fair. I think it's too loud. Everyone was like well behaved. I'm not saying like I don't say it was out of hand. It was just like a lot. Even for like me, it was a lot. So for like a baby or a small kid to be there, it's not ideal, mate. But yeah, definitely, definitely worth one for the books. If you guys are in my group, you guys would have seen some updates. I was supposed to get way more. To be honest, I was supposed to get way more content. I just couldn't. I just really couldn't. I was just like so like, I don't even know. Just was meeting so many people, going all around. So, who's some of your guys? Who's your guys' favorite riders? Favorite drivers? Ongoing, yeah, ongoing, no peace, bro, no peace, mate. And like again, I'm not old, mate. Like I know I'm not old. Like some of you guys be like, oh, bro, you're not that old. I know, mate. I know I'm not that old. But, dude, enough's enough, eh? Like, okay, maybe I'm getting a bit older. I don't know, because I'm like 29 years old now. But, dude, like, I can't explain to you. Like my ears were so ringing when I was leaving. When I was leaving on the Sunday night, I was just hearing music. And they're like, I've never been so happy to leave a place, bro. Never been so happy. Yeah, this candle is just gonna keep playing and playing and playing, bro. Come on, bro. Is he gonna come down and tap into this? Ooh. Need some action, not this action. Now again, obviously we're coming back, tapping into now again we could come down. This is the bottom wick. Us drive back up. But yeah, at least we're starting to see some volume. Not the volume obviously we want, but we're seeing some sort of volume coming in. Yeah, exactly. Like I was saying, I know there's a big race in Singapore as well. Like when you just see the car come around for like a second. And you see, oh, there's my favorite driver, coming down. You're pushing aggressive down here. Let's see how aggressive this candle can push down. Do have levels there. We do have levels there, which is tapped before. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, coming down quite aggressive. We obviously got our stop loss, guys. Always remember, everything is good. Everything is good if you have a stop loss. You don't have to stress. Just I'm trying to check, like, trying to look for more stuff. Any sort of confidence. Like again, remember we do have news coming on at 7. So again, if this, what's great, what sometimes tends to happen is again we do have a candle. The candle before news comes down super aggressive, like it pushes down, thinking, okay, when you open up on the news, we're gonna go in the same direction. And what ends up happening is not like that. We have a strong rejection. You see, same with last time. So you're getting a nice little bounce off there. Now again, I don't want us to break this candle here. If we can just somehow reject off here, that'll be good. Otherwise, we have to go down, break this candle, break the wick. Again, we have a 15-minute closing in 5 minutes. Closing, if we close above here, we're closing pretty aggressive. If this candle can obviously flip within the next 2 minutes, that would be amazing. That'd be really good. But yeah, it's not looking like, I don't think we have that much volume. It was Lewis Hamilton, but not serious F1 fan. Yeah, one of my friends sponsor Ollie Behrman, the new driver for Haas, so it's pretty cool. I've met him twice actually before. Really nice lad. When F1 happens, yeah. Glad Norris won the championship for the change. Yeah, dude, I posted a reel and this guy was like, "Oh, bro, you should have thrown rocks at Norris," and I was like, "Jeez, dude, like, how passionate do some guys get? Like, dude, like, just enjoy the race, man. Like, it's a bit aggressive. I'm not gonna, like, why would you even think about that? These keyboard warriors, bro, just sitting behind the keyboard, just having a go." We lost a bit of viewers, but that's okay. I think hopefully these guys, you know, if they took this trade, they obviously positioned properly. That's the most important thing. You know, if they took this position and they didn't position properly and they lost in this trade, that would have been silly, you know. Because the funny part is, once this candle, if it flips, they're gonna be like, "Damn, should have just put my stop loss where he had it, bro." That's what ends up happening. I don't have any more snips. No. Damn, this is a long trade, bro. A long trade. Sorry to keep you guys waiting so long on this position. Can happen. We've only been streaming for what? Oh, we've almost been streaming for 2 hours, to be fair, so no wonder some people left. I do wonder. I would say it can be a bit exhausting. Can this candle flip? Can this candle flip? So no, it's just like, it's just going to take a bit longer for us to come back up to these levels. Because now again we have to go about 140 pips. You know, it's quite a bit. Took a long time to get down here. Generally, if it wants to go back up, it's taken a while. Obviously, we did have clean liquidity, so that's why this candle, when it broke, obviously we saw that it took this whole candle out, just replicated this whole candle to the downside. Pretty much what happened. See, hopefully this candle can push. Yeah. Let's have a look on the 1 hour. How did this close? So we're still in this 1 hour. Still close that respecting. Like when you look on the 1 hour, it looks like so much more smoother, you know, like, oh, it doesn't look that bad, you know. As you know, this candle can obviously flip. Then it'll be good. So it should give us any sort of when it came down before pushing back up, what actually happened here? Tapped into this level, tap below there as well. That's before. When we come up to here, came down below here, but I mean that's obviously a bit too far. Main channel here. Yeah, just waiting. Obviously we have our positions in play. I think at the minimum price would come back up again. We did tap into there, so price would probably just come up, tap into our levels again. We are obviously in what I wanted to show you guys as well on the, let me just remove all the joins. I just want to do this quickly. So on the weekly, I just want to show you guys something as well. So if we look on the weekly as well, at any moment, obviously if this candle does break here, you know, 6-1, that's why we pretty much have our stop loss below there. Because once this candle breaks, like at any moment we can come down and refill this whole candle over here, which can be alerting or can be concerning. So this is why I wouldn't hold past this level, because that's just like you can hold pretty much this whole candle, you'll probably lose that trade. and we could tap into this level. So we could come down almost like almost $100. If you want to put in that perspective. But at any moment, like this, what I'm saying, we did have obviously a bullish candle push to the upside. We came down bottom wick on the weekly, and now this weekly could flip, continue the bullish momentum in the year or in the mid of December bullish. It's one thing that I was looking at as well. That's why I'm quite like bullish in terms of what's happening here. Look on the daily as well. You can see that we have some sort of bullish action. Came down overall, came down, closed bullish here, came back down. See, we have not much price action happening in these few days, you know, so it is quite like a boring time to trade, unfortunately. Let me see here. So on the 15 minutes, let me just go back. Cool. Yeah, I'll probably stay on till, let's see what happens at like 6:30. I don't like to leave a trade while in drawdown, but is what it is. It's like if nothing's gonna really pretty much happen yet. Have my stop loss in play. See how this play goes. See a few people obviously tapped off already. Yeah. Thanks for you guys who's still on, still supporting, still going strong. Respect. Troopers, the real traders that will make it, bro. In my opinion, the guys that have patience, the guys who understand trading, the guys who will sit through a trade, no matter how long it is, but to make sure that trade plays out. These are the guys that will make it, guaranteed. People that don't have patience and they're like, oh, this trade's taking too long. I want to get out of this. So end up leaving. You don't have patience, you're not going to be a trader. It's just the way the world works. Come on. Going strong. Nice one, brother. Nice one, brother. Let's keep smashing it. Let's keep smashing it. Mackie Max, are you in my VIP, brother? Come on, let's get a little bit of bullish price action, bro. I haven't seen a green candle in a while, bro. Mackie Max, are you in my VIP, bro? Oh, nice. Are you in my public group then? You can see the public group. See those VIP trades definitely itches me. Yeah. It's been savage, bro. It's been savage. Monday was really good. We had three winning trades. We had a gold trade, GBP JPY, and a Euro USD all went into profit. It was really good. Made 12 grand that day. Last week was insane. Yeah, a lot of the public trades I sent as well also been playing out really well. I think we've only lost one public trade out of 5 or 6, which is really good. So actually, bro, if you think about it, bro, I'm like a 90%, you know, something like that. And we send about 2 to 5 trades per day. Setups, like especially if you're a scalper, if you're a swing trader, obviously you accommodate for both. Trying to see if I'm going to include crypto as well, but so far I'm just enjoying Forex. I used to be a crypto trader. Super awesome, really. Appreciate it, bro. Obviously, again, like, you know, you take in one, if you take like one trade, for example, on a, let's say like on a live stream, you know, there's always a chance can be a losing trade, because let's say my win rate's 75% plus. It's always a chance this could be the 25%, you know. That's the unfortunate part. But again, like, as long as, like, the most important thing, as long as people get some value and knowledge from the trades and understand what's happening, that's what I care about the most. That's more important, you know. Usually how many pips in profit, then you would stop loss or break even. It depends. I wouldn't say it's always necessarily pips. I wouldn't say it's pips. No, it has to be in a certain level of, like, let's say for example, like if the trade went up to here, because I'd say if we had to break above here and we got into this level, this would be my, like, let's say first TP. Now again, I would be quite confident in terms of, you know, once price breaks above there, then I will must stop loss break even, because I know price has rejected off this level, so there's no real point, because let's say this was your level of, let's say, support, you know, that's below our stop loss, for example. Now we're just going to spitball and put that there, let's on the 15 minute. There's no point in losing money on the trade, you know. Let's say we went up there, this was what, from year to year, it'll be about 120 pips in terms of gold. So yeah, I wouldn't leave that money on the table, you know, once we get up to those levels, because once we break above there, you know, and if we close, once we start seeing price obviously push above there, you know, there's no point in leaving money on the table. Like, generally, if we start seeing price push above there, depending on how aggressive it's moving, right? Because if it's moving like super aggressive, tap into this level and pushes well above, there's obviously no point in, you know, closing, moving stop loss to break even, you know, because if it's moving, just better trail your stop loss above, you know. I wouldn't even leave my stop loss to break even. I'll just probably start securing some of the profits. Right, appreciate the explanation. Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries, bro. No worries at all. No worries at all. Obviously, again, this is, yeah, it's annoying. Obviously, we're still quite far from our stop loss. It's like that's not the problem. I'm not scared of us hitting stop loss. More just annoyed on how, you know, like, if we have to wait, I'll keep you guys waiting. That's what, like, annoys me the most, you know, just obviously waiting patiently. I mean, I can sit here pretty much all day, but I know for you guys, you have stuff to do. You guys might have entered the trade, might have entered a similar position, for example, and you know, you want to see the result. But unfortunately, that's what we have to see. Everyone who's just joined now, so we're currently in a gold position. We took a long. Our entry was around 4206.5, for example. Currently in a slight bit of drawdown, and yeah, still waiting for this position. We entered at about, when I jumped on the stream, just about 10-15 minutes after. So we've been in this position for almost like 2 hours now. Again, it's not ideal for me to be in a position this long. But I can be in a position for this long. It's not the longest I've been in a position for. Longest I've been in a position was weeks. Like, I've been in positions for weeks, you know, especially if it's on a daily time frame or 4-hour time frame. You know, it can't take a long time to play out. You know what's annoying about sometimes on gold price, like when it's just like going down and you're like watching it go down, it's just like just wants to always go down. Like, you know, why can't price just at least come a little bit up? You know, tap into here. Like, why does it have to just keep going down? Why can't it just give us some sort of hope, you know? Oh, excuse me. Oh. So maybe I'll stay on. Maybe I'll stay on until the news candle comes on. That's going to be in 23 minutes. 23 minutes. No, sorry, 33 minutes. Jeez. Been watching the trade for so long. Is this the reversal, boys? Is this the reversal? The candle we've all been waiting for. Good, you know, spike up. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. How cool would that be? That'd be the sickest thing ever. So the next 15-minute candle is going to close. The next 30-minute candle is going to close. And again, it's obviously closing. You know, doji candle, whatever you want to call it. 30-minute will close bearish. And yeah, pretty much in this level, guys. So what happened when we were in this level? Pretty much price action consolidated for a very long time. If we look at the distance, this was 12 hours. So I'm not going to put you through that torture. If price wants to bounce between those levels, I'm not going to sit you for 12 hours. Maybe do a 24-hour marathon stream, maybe one day, but not today. Not today, definitely not. Again, 30-minute candle, obviously pushing up. So 1 hour candle. Nothing too scary, nothing too alarming. Just have a slight bit of drawdown, guys. Nothing to worry about. Whoever's in this trade and holding this trade and proper risk management, I just want to say, like, well done, because that's a big step in your journey if you go into trading. Oh, excuse me. And if you guys obviously want to get real-time access and you guys want to see what trades place, make sure to drop me a DM on Telegram. Do have limited spots available now. I see that there's only 7 spots available. 7 spots available left in the VIP group. 7 spots. It's actually more fun like watching on the 1 hour, to be honest. So you just got to see when the next 30-minute candle basically opens. Let's push back up. Okay, we're getting some sort of rejection of this level, which is cool. Now again, like I said, we do have a big news event happening in the next 30 minutes. So again, what you tend to see before big news events, we tend to have the opposite candle push down first. You know, so if price was to go down, if price wanted to go up, we would come down first. Now this doesn't obviously happen all the time. It can vary, but again, it can also be a result. It can also be a factor. We're getting some sort of volume. Alright, here we go. Who's still in the chat and who's still actually in the trade? We have some sort of rejected. We have a first almost. Could this candle flip? Could this candle flip? Could we get up to like 4-2 levels again? That's what I really like. This is nice. Getting some sort of reverse over here now. Right, just some very strong candle coming in now. I like that push to the upside. Mackie Max, are you still in this trade, bro? You've finally seen some light. Some sort of light happening. Nice, we have some push to the upside. Let's go, boys. Here we go. Here we go. This is looking good. This is looking good. Long wick is good. Yeah. Like I said, it's also just the 1 hour bottom wick. For our opening, remember I did speak about this. This trade I'm going to break down. I'm going to show exactly, like, if we go into profits now, I want to explain to you guys like why that was important for us to come down first, especially that it's a 4-hour bottom wick. Secondly, we have a news candle coming out in the next 28 minutes. So it's two factors. Now again, I just don't want us to flip. Yeah, because if we flip now, we came up now for the top wick for us to push back down. That would be bad. So now we're just waiting for obviously a reversal sign here. Okay, let's push. At least there was something happening here. It's crazy. You see how we respected this line here at the bottom here. We drew that line earlier. Pretty much exactly that price point. How it's rejected off that. It's crazy, no? How weird is that? We drew that line earlier. So no one can tell us otherwise, and we rejected perfectly off. And that's exactly like where we rejected off, you know, that line earlier. Pretty much at 191 zone. You know. Here we're getting some volume pushing back up. Those guys who left, damn, feel a bit sorry for them, because now we're going to pretty much go push, bro. Push. Whoever thought that we're going to get into our break-even point right now. It's looking good. Very nice. It's almost a break-even on this trade. So get into a bit of profits, so it'll be nice, it'll be sexy. Now we just wait. Alright, I see you. See what's gonna happen. Now this candle can break again. If this wick can break now, it's no real time. Pretty much just in the next, let's say, 10 minutes, I think I would be happy. This candle can break. This candle above 10 minutes, push up. Then I'll be quite confident. Let's get this rocket up. Let's go. So ever hold this trade, just want to say well done, because this trade taught you a lot of discipline and firstly some patience. So it's very important. So again, obviously it did take a bit longer. Like we've been in this trade for what, almost 2 hours now, just less than 2 hours. So I don't blame people for dipping off. You know, there we get some viewers back now and feel like, oh shit, trade's going profit, bro. Trade's going profit. Time to get back on. Meanwhile, the alerts just spiking now, you know. See people come back once they see profits, you know. Not in profits just yet. Come on, let's push now. Not the move we were hoping for just yet. I like it. What did we push up to there? 4205. So we're about 10 pips away from our break-even point. It's not it. It's ain't it, bro. Let's see. See what's happening on the 5. 5 should look a bit more bullish now. Failed to close respect and above that level. Didn't close back into this range. Like, let's hope in the next 5 minutes, next 3 minutes, we close it back above here. At least have a chance to retest this level. That'll be good. Give us a chance to get out of break even, but I'm not gonna do that. I feel like this trade's going good. I feel like we're still good. We're still Gucci. Just gonna wait and see here now. So obviously, guys, just remember that we do have news in the next about 22 minutes, 23 minutes. So do pay attention. If you are entering the trade, trade cautiously, you know. Make sure you have your stop loss in. Anything can happen. Don't be a hero. Take your losses, accept your losses, move on to the next trade. Tomorrow's another day, and it's always another trade. As I always say to people, you don't have to lose everything, you know? You don't have to risk everything. You can always get another opportunity. Maybe it wasn't your trading day, or maybe it wasn't the right setup. Yo, once we're going to break even again, it's going to feel like, oh, you know, finally, bro. You know? Finally, bro. See, maybe I can take. See, it's hard to take positions. Like, I could take positions on like 5 minutes, like 1 minute, but that's not really like how I trade, you know? So it would be a lot more exciting. Like, we could get more positions, but at the same time, like, I don't know if you guys agree with that, but I don't specifically agree with that, you know, doing that, you know, forcing a situation or forcing a trade. You know, I'd rather come in, if I can learn from someone for like a solid hour or 2 hours and just learning their thought process and going through the trade and going through the setup, and we don't take a trade, but I learned something about it, I'd be more than happy doing that. I'd feel more, actually, I got more value. Like, let's say, for example, we entered the trade, we went straight into profit. All you learned was, this guy is good at trading. And that was so easy. But now that you've learned about how to manage your emotions in drawdown, how to shift your mindset, how to understand candles, how to understand candle wicks, how to understand price structure once we go into these levels. Now again, you learned so much. You learned way more than if we just went straight into profit. Obviously that would have been great, but it wasn't the case. Now we come back down again. Don't do us dirty, bro. Don't do us dirty, bro. Now again, I remember I did say we wanted to be out before news comes out. I'd really like to. So I'm feeling a bit like hesitant, let's say, on what's going to happen with the news, because at any point, just manipulate, take us out, and that would suck. Let me just remove this because it's going to look too distracting. This line, guys, was a line that we saw, which is quite cool, quite interesting, because we drew it on, we said this is the lowest point, it's pretty much going to come down to before rejecting of this level, and it's pretty much done that. Was it actually that level? Dropping down a little bit. Yeah, pretty much. Came down a little bit lower, but it didn't close, you see, it didn't close respecting that level, which is cool. That was quite interesting, yeah. So if you guys are late to the stream, you're not necessarily late, because you would technically get a better entry than what I have. But this is my trade setup, this is my idea for today. We have taken multiple trades throughout the day, just not on stream. But currently we are down about 60 pips in drawdown. The max pips we went down from was 6 to 89, let's see, 160 pips. For a lot of you guys, yes, it is a big stop loss. For me, it's completely normal, because this is not obviously sometimes my stop losses are slightly more tighter. It just depends on the trade setup, and especially now that I knew we have in news, I knew we're going to have some volume. This is pretty much why I protected myself, that at any point we can come down. We look to the left, you know, we're protecting ourselves in terms of how deep we can come down. Again, if you took another position there, we took another position there, it would have been better, would have been more ideal, because then we would have obviously had a better risk reward. But yeah, that's what we're waiting for. So now we just took separate entries just based on, or we took single entries on 4006. Could we close in the next 3 minutes above this box? That would be great, because then at the minimum we're going to tap into this. So if you are on this position, do note that again you have a chance to obviously exit at break even, and you can go sleep, enjoy your nights. Always more opportunities. But for me, I'm going to hold this position because you have got news coming in the next 18 minutes. So hold this trade long enough, I'm going to stay in it. I said I would stay until 7 o'clock, just after 7, see what happens with that news candle. Yeah, let's have a look. Thanks again for you guys who all have stayed on throughout this journey. Hope you guys have learned a lot. If you obviously again want to get real-time access and speak to me on a personal level, speak to me about potentially join my group, I do have 7 spots available. So if you guys want to speak to me, get into trading, learn a bit more about trading, and actually get like a proper education, like full-on education, make sure to drop me a DM. The link's in the description and it's in the chat as well. And now we're just waiting. Yeah. Thank you, my brother. Much love from Dubai and South Africa. Appreciate it. You off now, or are you gonna still stay on? If it was, bro, been a pleasure. Really appreciate you staying on for that long. I know it's been a long stream. I'll try and see how we can, shorten it, make it a little bit, more action happening, because at the moment we're just waiting for a trade to kind of play out. Obviously now we're only getting it right towards news scandal coming out. So for now, guys, we have some sort of bullish action happening. Could we tap into our break even? So we're going to break this zone. We're going to probably tap into this level now. You're going to see prices pretty much tap like this. What's price going to do? This is going to be pretty much, we're going to see price tap this now, tap into this level. Now again, if price taps this and comes back down, chances are we're going to refill that, but that's not what I want to happen. What I want to see price to do now, aggressive push up, tap above here, come back down, and then we go up to the moon. So that's ideal. Coming up to be, if you're on, I'll be on. I respect that, bro. That's a trooper, mate. We're pretty much at break even, like 10 pips away, so it's pretty good. Pretty good. Once we go into the green box over here, we into our break even. But minimum, we're gonna hit break even, like for sure, or we're gonna get into break even. I'm not closing on that point, but we're gonna refill this box for sure. Like, I have no doubt about that. You'll see that price will tap now and tap into this level within this, probably within this next couple minutes. And once it taps into that, that's going to be the next decision. See, yeah, we're coming up. We tapped into break even now, so we were good on the trade. So if you guys wanted to get out, that's fine. But now, obviously, we're waiting for the decision now. So we didn't quite tap up into there. We had some wicks. We tapped above there. Yeah, pretty much just waiting for this trade now to play out. Now again, we have the news folder coming in the next 14 minutes, so that should give our drive and the overall direction of where we're going to end up for the rest of the day, in my opinion. Obviously now we could come down, we tap into this level. It's pretty much what's happening, because we're failing to break and close above this level. So I'm sure at any point, if we break and close above here, we're going to see some bullish price action above there, especially closing above there. But now we just have to wait. So just remove that. Remove that. Let me just do a little video for the boys. So now we had a break even. Let me just do this. Still with you, still with you. Telegram. So guys, if you were in this trade on the stream, now we've just went in a slight profit, slight almost break even. You see, we've been holding this trade, went into slight drawdown, guys. But if you were in this trade, if you were in this position, you would have understood a lot. You would have gotten a lot of, especially some knowledge from this trade. You understand psychology, candlesticks, price action, everything in one, because we identified every single step of this trade. This is what you guys need. You guys need to understand the why about every single trade that we do. Every single trade has its setup. Every single trade has an idea, pretty much. So now we can see we're pretty much at our break-even point. We're going to see some sort of resistance come to this level. What we expect price to do is push basically above there, close above there, and for us to go and tap into at least our TP1. We do, however, have a news candle coming out in the next 30 minutes, something we need to pay attention to. So guys, if you were in this trade on the stream, now we're just making slight profit, slight almost break even. So you would hold in this trade, win the slight drawdown, guys. But if you were in this trade, if you were in this position, you would have understood a lot. You've gotten a lot of suspicious psychology in this trade, understand psychology. That's spitting straight facts, bro. Spitting straight facts. Do you know what's always the funny part about being in the trade, you know? Got a Google Call Center. You know what's the funny part is, like, I don't know, the funny part is, like, when we get near our entry, you know what's always like the most ironic part is the fact that, like, when it gets to that point, it like always hovers around our entry, like it just knows what we entered at, you know. It's like it knows it. Look, why didn't it close above our entry, bro? Like, why did it have to respect and close exactly at our entry? How did it know, bro? How did they know where we entered? Why couldn't it go to, like, we went above there? Why couldn't it go to like 4-7? Why did it have to perfectly touch our entry and come back down? That is a mystery of trading, guys. It's almost like they know. And by they, I don't know who they are. I'm just joking. But come on, let's do something, bro. Let's go in a nice bit of profit now, bro. Let's make some peace, bro. At any point, you know, if this candle can flip, flippity dip slip, we go up, we go into profit. We all happy. But if we sit and hover and do nothing, here we go, boys. Back at break even. Could we break? Let's go. See, it's almost like they know. They play around our entry. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's always the most weirdest thing, bro. They'll play around your entry. And now this is when people get scared, because they're like, oh no, I got to my entry. Now this is when most people close, because they almost think that they know, like the market knows where they entered, like they know exactly where they entered, you know. So now if you have entered this trade, you own multiple times to get out of break even. Now if you're a trooper, you've held the trade throughout the highs, throughout the lows, bro. You'll be become strong. Now again, can we stop this break even, get out, call it a night? I know some people in the certain time zones, it is quite late by them, you know. Some of them have families, some people have their friends, some people are going out tonight. So do whatever you need to do. If it's going to give you a peace of mind, when you close your laptop, close your phone and call it a night, do that. It's perfectly fine. Obviously now you have another chance. And I don't blame you. There we go, boys. There we go. There comes the push. Alright, we're making peace. We're making peace, bro. We have some sort of price action, bro. There's no ways. There we go, guys. Live on stream. Taking this on YouTube live. We're going into profit now. After sitting in a trade for almost over an hour and a half. Guys, patience always pays. Okay, that was a fake out. That was like a fake monu. That was like a right, that was like a fake. That was like the most like it made me believe, bro. The most believable candle. Like it literally thought that was like a cool push there, to be honest, but it wasn't. That was actually pretty sad. That only went up like, peaked at like 20-30 pips. 30 pips, not too bad. We celebrate those 30 pips, bro. Even though we were in like 100 pips drawdown, bro. We celebrate those things, bro. Once you start seeing profit again after being down in dirt, though. We were down there, brother. All the way down there. But we were strong. Didn't cry. Didn't see tears running down my face. I was strong, bro. That's what I teach people. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. What's like a song that we can sing for it to go up? I don't think the market will like my voice. Bro, it's like they know our entry. How is this possible? How does it play around at our entry? Like, why couldn't it just go up to there? Why couldn't it play around at 4208? Why doesn't it play around at like 4203? Like, why does it have to play around this level? It doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense. There we go, there we go. I want like a aggressive 7 minutes, guys. 7 minutes. Alright, let's see what you're gonna do. I'm gonna be quite aggressive on this trade, like once the news candle opens up, because if it open up like extremely bullish, you know, I want to move my stop loss as quick as possible to break even, secure the trade, because at any moment like that could just be a top wick for us to push back down. We see we got in some volume coming in. That's really nice, very sexy. Alright, see this, guys, patience always pays. Oh wait, my camera's so dirty. For those of you guys who stayed on the stream, patience always pays. Up 2k on this trade, was in drawdown, explain the whole trade, explain exactly what has happened. There we see the candle that we're waiting for. This is done live on YouTube, guys. Doing this in front of you, full transparency, taking the trade, taking the exact same trade as you guys. Heading up almost to our TP1 now. News coming out in the next 6 minutes. Let's smash it. There we go. There we go, boys. Wow, we're up. We're up a casual little 3k. Casual little 3k on a... You know what? You know what feels better for me? It's the fact that we just sat on this trade the whole time. And we motored through this trade together. That's what the cool part about this is. We sat through the highs, sat through the lows, but now we're going into profit. And this is the best part. You know, it's not about, you know, that time when drawdown. You know, we're all probably upset, guys. Like, let's be honest, we're all not really that happy. But now we're going into a bit of profit. Now again, news candle come out 6 minutes. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be conservative on this trade. I want to see what I'm going to do, because at any moment this could be the top wick for us to flip then come back down. So again, what we might actually do is, like, if we push up again, we might move stop loss to break even on this trade, because I don't like holding through news candles, I'm going to be honest. But again, we could just push up aggressive, bro. Okay, pushing up. Let's see what we can do here. I hope like this candle can come up. Tap onto this level. What is this? 4218. That's gonna be pretty steep. 4218. So 4 minutes. Four minutes and counting. Just adjust my stuff here. 1 second, guys. So get ready for the move. It's going to be in the next 4 minutes. Again, I am in longs. So do your own research. Very important. This is just my personal trades, my personal analysis. Let's see what's going to happen here now. I'll sit up in my chair for this. Is everyone ready? Are we ready for the directional candle? See now, literally what can happen is we could just shoot up. Then what's going to happen is, you know, we want to make sure we have our TPs in play. If you want to secure some profits at this point, it's fine. Be quite aggressive on your stop loss, because again, that might be the top wick for us to continue pushing back down, and we could just come down bearish. But again, we need to just give it a little bit more time. Again, I hope this is gonna do something, like give us some sort of direction. Because again, if we watch the 1 hour, where are we sitting on the 1 hour now? Come back into this range. That's what I'm happy about. Tapped up there, tap below there. That was a pretty steep bottom wick, you know. The next 4 hour came down. Could we come back up and retest this level here? Could we come up and refill this wick? We filled that wick, didn't fill this wick fully. Alright. Let's see. Well, we all know in the next 1 minute 30 seconds. Let's see. Is our predictions going to be right? The moment you've all been waiting for. The news candle. The news candle. Whatever took profits on here, for example, if you already made money off that, like congrats. I mean, that wasn't a big move compared to where our entry was. It was only 40 pips. But if you did make money off that, like congrats, you're still a winner. You know, at any moment this could just hit our stop loss. So if you made money, you at least avoided a stop out. Okay, guys, in the next 50 seconds. And pretty much after this candle, guys, once we push up, I'm gonna pretty much bounce off. I'll probably stay for another 5 minutes after that, and I'm gonna bounce. So and then if you guys want to get access and see where exactly I'm managing the trade, I'll manage it all in my group. So my Telegram group is in the description. If you guys want to just send me a message, find out what's happening in the trade, if we're going to still be in the trade or whatever's happening, I'll be updating you guys along there. And just that you guys understood what happened in this trade right now. This was important. You had multiple times to get out of break even, which was very significant. And yeah, okay, we got 10 seconds. Let me just stop talking, you know. Let's see what's going to happen. 4, 3, 2, 1. Negative candle. That's a very negative candle. That's fine. Sometimes when it pushes, if it opens up negative, it's not always the worst. Sometimes it comes down negative. Let's see. Not crazy amount of volume, to be honest, but like nothing, pretty much been at this level. Right. Let's see if we can have a flip now. Let's see if this candle can flip. Sometimes when the news actually opens, there's one candle that comes down and manipulates, so everyone thinks it's going to go up, and might still, maybe still will go up, but it comes down, takes out all the longs first. Because some people put their stop loss quite aggressive here, so we come down and take that out first. It's fine. Pretty much not, we didn't move much, guys. Like we moved 50 pips, nothing too crazy. I mean, like I said, if we open up, come down first, that might just be the manipulation before coming back up. Again, if we're going to see such an aggressive move, this would have been a lot more steep, you know, like we would have come like this is not bad. This is not too concerning. Like I don't think the sellers have much control in terms of how price is looking at the moment. I think it's pretty neutral. Let me just check how the news came out. It came out higher. So forecast previous. Came out higher, but pretty much the same. Pretty much came out neutral, to be honest. So, yeah. Came out neutral, like just like very, very slight. Yeah, it's not that. It's probably because it came out pretty similar. Like the forecast was predicted to be lower, and it was 7.14 million, and then the actual was 7.67, and then the previous was 7.66. So it's like not much more. So I don't think we're gonna see pretty much anything happening on this trade specifically, guys. Unfortunately. So I'll stay for another like 3 minutes, but I think we're just gonna have some pretty boring price action, as I think the forecast, what was expected and what actually happened, wasn't the same. You know what I'll do? I'll actually stay for the next 15 minutes. I'll stay for the next like maybe, let me see, 7 minutes or so. We stayed long, guys, today. We stayed almost 3 hours on the stream. It's a long time. It's a long time, bro. You guys have the stop loss, you guys have the take profits, you guys have everything, all the information, you know, so don't worry. Be happy. I hope I keep you guys like chilled, you know, throughout the whole motion of the process, you know, 'cause it's not that like, it's really not that stressful at the end of it. If you're stressing, you either risking too much, you over leveraging, or you're doing something wrong. Because you shouldn't stress in a trade. You have a plan. It's like pretty much when you go into anything. You go into something, you're confident in something, and it goes wrong, but you did your best. That's all that matters. That's all that matters, man. Here's a little song I wrote. This is no for no, don't worry. See now, what candle? So was this the? So wait. Let me show you guys something cool here. Whoa. Before I do both, have a look at this, boys. So we close respected on the 1 hour. Now again, open up with no top wick. So what does that mean? That means potentially the 1 hour still needs to come up for a top wick. So at any moment, this candle can flip. This candle can flip. So coming down first for a bottom wick, but we didn't come up for a top wick. Technology. Yeah. So it's always important to pass through your time frames, guys. Always pass through. Try and find something that stands out, something that's like, you know, okay, gives you a bit more confidence on the trade, gives you a bit more confidence on the setup, you know. Obviously, of course, it can be hard sometimes, being in the trade and understanding it, you know. Obviously, it's always difficult for some people to be in a trade and being in drawdown. I understand. I've been there many times. And will there be a time that I'll be in drawdown again? Absolutely. There'll always be a time I'm going to be in drawdown. It's always. So you like almost guaranteed to be in drawdown. Like if you don't get a snipe entry, you're going to have drawdown. It's about the mind. How do you derive yourself while being in drawdown? How do you train your brain to say that it's okay? It's going to happen. It's inevitable. You can go on a hot spree. Like you can go on like, you can trade, you can go on like a winning spree, bro. Like I've been on like a 20 trade winning spree, bro. But it doesn't mean I wasn't in drawdown. It doesn't mean like I didn't have to sit through trades like this. It's been dark, some of these trades, bro. Like I've been like sometimes like even like this close, bro, to hitting stop loss in the trades reversed. It's been rough. Be happy. Alright, we're still currently in this trade. I'm just going to reply to someone quickly, real quick. Okay. Come on. Do something, bro. I can't sit for like another 2 hours just watching it bounce between 4,200 and what is this? 4,200 and no, dude, this will kill me, bro. This will be the death of me. Like it It's just like not even doing anything, man. What is my YouTube channel called, bro? Luke M Bridges, yeah, Luke M Bridges. Yeah. Wow, 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 wow. If tomorrow never could. So guys, what did I want to say now? That's funny. It feels like my whole life's been this trade, bro. It feels like Mackie Max, are you still with me, bro? Jeez. How boring's this trade been, brother? Bro, if I see 4198 again, bro, 4197, and it goes back up to 4198, 4119, 402, bro, then I lose my mind, bro. Who's this guy, bro? FX traders, bro. Yeah, bro, but we know we aren't searching for that. We're searching for that big dogs, bro. You're not coming in here, come and stream, start me. Damn, these guys are desperate, bro. Desperate, desperate, desperate. This is so boring, bro. Yeah, no, we're just gonna probably push up or come back down, push back up. Pushing quite aggressive. Oh, now we have to wait another hour, 2 hours for the price to reverse again. See the day. Now we go probably back up to 194, 196, and back there, back down to 194, 192, 196. It's like, bro, it's been like this for the whole day, bruv. There we go. We're coming back up to another 194, 196, 194, 196, 194, 196. Bro, all the time, bruv. All the time, bruv. All the time, all the time. 8, 9, and I would have been closer. I was thinking of doing even an aggressive little scalp there, but yeah, no. Okay. Something happened, yeah. Love how this guy comes in my stream and tries to snipe my community, bro. Who do you think you are, bro? FX traders, bro. My people are loyal, bro. Unlike you, bro. You ain't loyal. Come in my stream trying to snipe my people. Ah, bro. People are weak. But it's cool, man. It's cool, dog. It's cool, dog. We cool, bro. No. I know that I got my boy Mackie Max. He will never leave. Alright, bro, we have a flip happening. We have the famous number 4196 again. There's no ways. For the 100th time, we've hit 4196, boys. 4197, 4198, and then back down to 1449. Bro, I'll go crazy if I watch this price anymore. You can see I'm starting to lose my mind. Ashok, yes, my bro. bro. You've been in this trade, bro. It's crazy. It's actually just so. I think this trade's actually just been so exhausting. Like, I've explained everything I'm gonna explain. You guys probably already know exactly what it's gonna do, when it's gonna do it, over and over again. Now what are we gonna do next? Come to 4198, tap into this level, come back down. Same thing over and over, bro. I'll try my best, guys. Gonna go live again on Thursday. I'll try my best to have a quick trade, like it's snappy. Like it's like try and give you guys like a 5 minute trade, bro. It's been one hell of a ride, bro. I feel like just staying on just to see how this trade plays out. Honestly, like hits our stop loss. Like at this point, it's cool. It's cool, bro. I would rather either have it hit our stop loss now or just hit a take profit now. Like I'll be happy with both. I'll be content. Obviously, I wouldn't like for it to hit stop loss, but you know what I mean. Yeah, very tiring, bro. It's in my eyes, bro. I've got this bright light in my face, bro. Trying to put on the stream, making myself look good, But yeah, dude, it's been a journey. Yeah, that Formula One reel actually did really well. Almost 17,000 views on that thing, 1,000 likes. Damn, that's pretty good. Now we just need. Oh damn, it's my ex-girlfriend. Never mind. Anyways, so I'm in your VIP. Looking forward to more signals tomorrow. Yeah, maybe even be one. Maybe it will even be later as well. I mean, I'll still be trading a bit. So yeah. Welcome to the VIP, bro. Welcome to the big league style. Boys, we got to try and get over 1,000 subs, bro. It's been like this. It's been growing quite nice, to be fair. But I want to get to 1,000 subs, bro. I think they'll be sick. I'll be like cool, bro. I'll be cool. Let's see what's that. But you know what? Like I am hungry. I don't know about you guys. Like I'm like genuinely like hungry. I think that like, trading the whole day made me hungry, boys. No. After the Formula One, bro, I made a pact. I'm not drinking for a while, bro. As tempting as it sounds, I can imagine a beer, bro, after a long trading session, like. But no, nah, I'm not gonna do it. You guys drink? I need a bro. You guys feel me, bro. Ish. If I can have a beer, bro. It seems very tempting, but I'm a little bit sick as well, so I don't want to mix the two. Bro, I swear, like this area, bro. If I see this price, bro, like this area, bro. That's all it's been doing. If we look on the 1 minute, watch it. We just see price action between this area, bro. Literally, all it's been doing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing, bro. It feels so long since I hadn't seen your face. Gotta be strong. How often do you guys drink a week? Not sure what I should ask. How much is like how much is a responsible level? A warm with yo, bro. Problem is if I have a whiskey, bro, it's warm, cold, normal. Bro, I love my whiskey, bro. I can literally drink a whole bottle, bro. So for me, it's not a good idea. Once that whiskey touches my lips, I'm finished. It's like I won't fool myself. I know. I've heard that's a good remedy, but at the same time, I'm also like, it's also a trap. It's a recipe for disaster. I'm not saying I'm an alcoholic, but I really like whiskey. I really actually enjoy the taste. I like a Macallan 12, Macallan 18, or Balvenie 21. One of the key whiskies, bro. I also don't really mind a black label, to be fair. Like, I don't mind a black label, if they have it. Sometimes you go to some, like, shitty place, and that, like, the best whiskey they have is black label. Don't mind that. Pretty good. But, yeah, I do like a good whiskey, bro. whiskey. Like, the only whiskey I won't drink is a red label, bro. I will never drink that whiskey in my life, bro. I was on a boat once, and it was like when I first came to Dubai, bro. Like, I was really broke. Like, I was struggling, bro. Earning like 500 euros a month, you know, like in Dubai, proper grinding. And what ended up happening is, like, bro, we went on this boat, got invited, and someone gave me a fucking red label, and I was like broke, so I was like trying to drink. Bro, I was like, oh, sick, it's whiskey, bro. Next minute, bro, I don't remember like anything, and I was just throwing up like non-stop for like hours, dude. So I have like that and Jägermeister as well. Like, Jägermeister, I have a very bad experience with as well. Jägermeister, yeah. Because Jägermeister, we used to have Jaeger bombs. I don't know if you guys know what that is, probably do. But you mix that with the Red Bull. Oof. Also shocking, mate. Shocking. Oof. Like, some alcohol, I just can't enter my system again. It's so long since I don't see your face. Come on, bro. Let's do something, bro. Like, I swear. Okay, guys, stay on till 7:30. I think it's time to call it. We're gonna go on the limb that this is gonna be the best trade of our lives, and it's 100% gonna hit. Take profit, bro. We're all gonna be good. We're all gonna be smiling. Everything's gonna be great. Like, maybe it's waiting for me to finish the stream. Maybe. Like, that's so I think it's waiting. The guy, whoever's behind the markets, knows what I'm doing. He just wants to annoy us. He wants to play with us. That's cool. Like, we ain't. Look at, bro. What is this, bro? Like, what is going on with these candles, bro? Shocking. Like, there's absolutely stuck. The buyers and the sellers are more confused than what I am right now. Like, they don't even know what to do. They're like, oh, bro, do I buy? Do I sell? Like, bro, I don't have a fucking clue. I think they confuse themselves of what actually to do. They just probably think gold's at a good price, bro. Guys, let's all lock in 4,200. Bam, close it. Let's just keep buying here. We have no overall direction. Yo, here comes the green candle. Here comes the green candle. We all been waiting for. Anyways, are we gonna break 4-2 again for the 100th time today? Probably are. We broke it again, guys. Like, bro, who would have known? Who would have known, bro? But me, bro. That's why, bro. A lot of people say, "Why are you the best, bro?" I just know these things, bro. You know? Now, what are we gonna come back down to? I'm joking. We're not gonna come back down, bro. That was a joke. That was a joke, fam. We're only gonna go up. We're only gonna go up, bro. This was the candle we needed. End off with a banger, bro. Bro, imagine just on my, like, bro. Are we being serious, bro? Are we going? We going? Legit, bro? Bro? You're playing with me, dog. No, so I said I was gonna bounce off. If you that guy, if you're that generous, nah, you can't be. Nah, bro. I know my gold, bro. I know my gold, bro. We go way back. We go way back. You ain't as generous to me, dog. 4202. Bro, I was sounds the result. 4202, 4200. 4197, 4914. I felt like I have this. I feel like, honestly, when I go to sleep tonight, it's gonna be a 4200, bro. Gold 4202, bro. That's all that I'm gonna be thinking about, like, literally the entire night, bro. Like, these psychological numbers just in my brain, bro. It's like, oh, fuck. Bro, I think I'm gonna have a nightmare. I think I'm gonna generally have a nightmare about the gold price never doing anything. I'm gonna be stuck in a dream where gold price is just like stuck. I think it's gonna be the worst dream of my life. I think I'll update you guys in the public group tomorrow on how my dream goes. It's not relevant to trading, but what sort of is about trading. So much I love trading, bro. I just think about trades all the time. Okay, we have one last pump for the boys, boy. All right. drip there. All right. Let's go. Maybe it needs to. Bro, my nose is just running. I think you guys can hear me. One last pump. But what do we got? You know, I don't think I can leave on a break even, bro. I just don't think I can do that, bro. I feel like it's a crime, you know? Like, I would be so annoyed if we don't get to celebrate together. Like, bro, like, you real? Like, we've come this far, you know what I mean? Like, imagine now, I jump off, bro, go take a shower, order some food, and then all of a sudden it pumps, bro. I'd be chilled, but I'd be actually a bit more annoyed. And I don't have these, bro. I don't know if I can promote products here on YouTube. I don't know how strict the rules are. No, I think I can. Zin. So I don't have Zins, bro. If I had a Zin, bro, I could sit here for hours, bro. I could sit here for like days, bro, even weeks. Just train. Look, I'm not promoting this. Obviously, don't do it. It's really bad. It's nicotine at the end of the day. But it helped me stop smoking vapes. I don't know if you guys smoke vapes. That ruined me. Here we go, boys. To the moon. To the moon. 4205. Let's just smash 4205, I think. What is this? Comics Gold intentions. 1 hour ago. 2 hours ago. Yeah, whatever. Just pump it already. I've heard enough. Pump it. Don't care about the news anymore. Don't care what happened. Bullshit. Pump. Let's do like a slingshot, bro. Let's do an arrow, bro. 3, 2, 1. How cool would that be, bro, on stream? That would be the coolest thing ever. But that'd be one of the sickest things ever. Imagine doing like a fucking an entrance, you know, like you come in, you do something crazy, bro, and the price just fucking jumps. The crowd goes wild, everyone's happy, bro. Everyone's like, Luke, legend, bro, fucking wow. Yeah, bro. That's what I was dreaming about last night, you know, to be honest. But like, can you guys see this, bro? How close are we to our break even? Why must it play around that level? Why can't it just come up to here and then just hang around here? Like, why can't it? Like, what is the difference? You see, we have game, but no, serious talk now. Okay. To understand exactly what's happening now, you need to understand what exactly is happening. So now we're breaking it back into this level. So you got to understand that, again, we're going to tap into this level now. Again, we came down. Now, what did we create? We created a small range within a range. So this is now, I'm getting serious talk now, not joking around. Okay. So we created a range within a range. So if you look at this, on a grand scheme of things, this is broken below. We created a new level of support, and we came back above there. Now we're breaking into, obviously, back into this range, closing it back above. So we know that this potentially could be manipulation. So we thought we had multiple manipulation candles to the downside before. Excuse me. We thought we had these multiple candles to the downside earlier, but, you know, now we're just waiting for, you know, price to obviously break above here. You see, at any time, once we break above here, this is the key level. You see, we had candles pushed upside. We had some candles pushed upside. You can see pretty much where price is tapping here. We have had a small level of resistance over here. Like, we also got to pay attention to this level, right? We have rejected off this level before, which again makes sense of what happened in here. You can pretty much just mirror. Look at this, guys. Have a look at how cool this is, right? Have a look at this. So this, we can see how many times we rejected off this level, right? Before coming here, let me just delete this for you guys so you guys can see it clearer. So have a look at this level of resistance. Bam, 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 bam. You know, before breaking above, we had to come down multiple times before tapping into this level. So this is the level I'm tapping into. We came down, we created a small mini range here, right? So kind of respecting this level here. So price, what it's end up doing now is it's like kind of like it wants to break above here. Once it breaks above here, I'm pretty sure it's going to consolidate. If we have one clean candle pushing to the upside, it should just be one smooth move. You know, I don't see us just hovering and hanging around or why we should. But you can see that there's a level of resistance. Obviously, multiple candles touch. This probably would be like a couple of this total, you know, bounce between this level would be 10 hours. So if you guys are in for the ride, I'll stay for 10 hours. No, I'm joking, I'm not doing that. But yeah, that obviously happened for quite some time. We rejected, we came back down. It's pretty much what we're doing here. You know, just on a deeper time frame. Coming back down, tapping back up. Coming down, tapping back up. So basically playing between this range as well and this range. So obviously this is where we saw that we grabbed a lot of liquidity before. That's what we're banking on. It's been so long since I hadn't seen your face. It's gotta be 4207.36975. We in profit. It's been a while since I've been in profit, but now we've been strong. Not bad singing, bro, not bad singing. You can compliment the mic. Stop yelling at the mic. Alright. Got some price action, boys. Got some price action slaction, mate. Where's that guy at 200 pips, bro? 200 pips where, bro? Where you at? 200 pips in drawdown now, bro. That's where you at. Who's this guy with? Where's he? I think he deleted his comment, bro. Bro, he deleted bro. He deleted his comment, bro. He must be in drawdown, bro. Because if he was happy when we were down here, then he was clearly in drawdown. Bro, imagine being that guy. Wow, but that's embarrassing. Shit. Imagine coming to my chat, telling everyone, bro, come to my channel. Fucking buying at the top, bro. What a loser, bro. Bro, imagine that. Yo. That's crazy how I'm going right now. I actually made my night, bro. Respect to that guy, bro. Now I wonder if he's a little bit in profit. Or so it was a broken resistance. I know, dude. You know, at least we had break even. Like technically, wait, when did this guy, bro? I can't see the comment, bro, because if he said he was 200 pips up, he was obviously took a short for sure. Yeah, bro, he was. Yeah, what a legend, mate. So he was like when we were like 194. No, even when we came down here, he was like about here, no. So he was about 200 pips in profits. Yeah, so he's like, yeah, he's 200. He was 200 pips. Wait, let me work this out. Bro, that guy was lying, bro. Where was he in his entry? We got 200 pips in profit. We didn't even go 200 pips in drawdown. What a liar, bro. Snitch. That's actually hilarious. Now you see, if you're a proper trader, you would have realized that. That's why I didn't even like check. I didn't even understand. You can't be 200 pips. It would be 20 pips. It was 20 pips. He had sunk. Yeah, bro. I think that guy, bro. I think he's closed his stream. He's gone to bed. I think because he was probably stream sniping everyone. He probably got a bunch of people to come, maybe. And then, bro, everyone just lost it. And now everyone's probably looking at this guy like, bro, you just lost me fucking 200 pips, bro. Like, what are you doing? Never overpromise people anything, bro. This is my setup, my strategy, my thingy. Never force anyone to do anything, bro. Don't be that guy. This is what I'm doing. People like my idea. People like the strategy. Do it, mate. It's up to you. Likely 20 pips. I think, yeah, I think that guy was a bit high, mate. He was probably just, yeah, got no words for him, to be honest. All I can say is I wish him nothing but the best, mate. Just not in my chat. Peace out, yeah. Peace out, bro. Yeah. I'm joking, I'm not leaving. I can't leave at a break even, bro. Like, I can't leave when this is in break even. It's like, it's crazy, bro. Like how did we, dude? Look at this now. No, this is a joke, mate. Bro, we closed respecting, bro, almost to the pip on our entry, bro. That's a joke, mate. That's a joke, bro. How is that? How did they know? Like, bro, it's like literally like 1 pip away from my entry, bro. Nah, dude. Someone's watching the stream, bro. 100%. Someone's here. I think maybe that guy came in our stream, and he's maybe playing with us. I think that's what maybe happened. Damn. We're getting played, boys. We're getting played. Sheesh. Since I haven't seen your face, won't be long. Alright, buddy. Okay. Okay, if we don't do anything in the next like 10 minutes, boys, I think I'll have to call it. I have to go eat. I have to go shower. And get on with my life. And hopefully look for more setups for you guys. You know, that's what I need to go do. You know, I've been so hyper focused on gold that yeah, I haven't actually focused on anything else. Streaming is like a sport, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It really is. Like, people think, oh, you just sit and talk. It's like, dude, you gotta sit and talk for like, what do we? Bro, I've been streaming since 4:30. It's now 7:30. That is quick math. We can stream for 3 minutes, 3 hours. So yeah, I'd love to see a normal guy, like a normal person, stream for 3 hours, talking non-stop. Bro, it's a sport, mate. You know, I classify it as a sport. But you know what? I enjoy it. I think it's really cool. You get to speak to some people as well, especially if you have an active chat. I think it's quite fun. Get to see what people are doing. So guys, if we get up to break even again, I think unfortunately we're gonna have to end the stream, bro. But I just don't want to go, bro. Just like I just know what's gonna happen. I just know what's gonna happen as soon as I leave. I know for a fact. Honestly, it's like almost 8 PM here, bro. Like, I really. Yeah, no, guys. I think it's time I'm gonna head off. Wait, what, bro? Bro, I love it. Bro, as soon as I said that goes to break even. Bro, that's crazy, mate. I let you. I was about to. No, it stays around. I break even. Bro, like what? Bro, that's ridiculous. Let's try that again. Wait. Yo, guys, what's up? I'm gonna bounce. Bro, that's crazy. Bro, bro, someone is listening to me, bro. That's ridiculous. Literally on the money, on my break-even point. Every time I say that, yo, boys, I'm gonna bounce. Bro, every time. Bro, that's crazy. I could probably make so much money just saying that all the time, doing like 10 pips stop loss, like 10 pips. But boys, on a real note, I was lovely chatting to all of you. I really had such a cool stream. It's like really nice. Unfortunately, it was really boring. I think it was really entertaining for you guys to obviously watch me go a bit crazy. I hope you guys learned a lot, and I'll definitely see you guys again on Thursday. But obviously, if you want to, obviously, just drop me a DM. Curious to know who you are on Telegram, bro. It's been epic talking to you guys. I feel like I'm going to miss you guys, bro. Like, bro, look at this. The guy's pushing up. I ain't fucking leaving. I'm joking. No, I gotta go. Cool. If we come down to break even again, I'm going to bounce. But if we don't, sweet. If we don't, wait, boys, I'm not leaving. Or if we go back to break even, only if we go to break even. I told you, this is the. Well, let's see. If it goes back to 4206.5, I leave. Right, this is the most ridiculous scan. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Hulk is evolving. Yeah. All right, there we go, boys. There we go. Much love to you guys. Really appreciate you all, and I'll see you again on Thursday. Peace out.